You managed to bag the Empress, the baddie every single man in existence is down bad for, but you're honestly not even vibing. Because for 10 years of marriage, she wouldn't even let you touch her pinky finger. Even after you leveled up to become a gigachad who stands at the peak of the world, you still couldn't melt that Ice Queen's heart. Now you've reincarnated back to 10 years ago, and you've decided, nah, I'm done chasing this Empress, she's officially a no-go. Suddenly, 81 bells start ringing, echoing across the entire sky. A crisp, shattering sound erupts from the main hall. Right there on the precious Imperial seal, a crack starts spreading like wildfire. The two female guards watching the seal immediately hit the floor, terrified. At that exact moment, you hear that familiar system notification pinging in your head. Imperial seal shattered. Host, repair the seal to stabilize the human race's luck. In your past life, this was exactly where you messed up. You rushed in to fix the seal, which caught the attention of the immortal emperor, which eventually got you hitched to Luo Yufeng, leading to 10 years of pure loneliness in the harem, right up until your death. Now that you've respawned, you promised yourself you're not falling for the trap of a pretty face again. In the main hall, Luo Yufeng stares at her officials with a cold, deadpan expression, no vibes detected. She picks up the broken seal and walks into the back chamber without saying a word. Everyone is left kneeling on the floor, awkward as hell, not knowing if they should get up or keep bowing. In your past life, you had been lurking in the shadows following her, trying to trigger the plot. But this time, nah, you aren't moving an inch. Meanwhile, in the back chamber, Luo Yufeng is leaning against her throne. She's just vibing there, staring at the entrance, low-key waiting for something to happen. Because in her past life, this is exactly when her husband would have crept in to follow her. But the entrance to the hall is staying quiet. Talk about a major L for the plot. After waiting for a while, Luo Yufeng gets annoyed and waves her hand, go get Li Changqing. If he doesn't come, drag him here in chains. Not long after, the guards actually haul Li Changqing into the back chamber. Are you going to fix it, or what? Luo Yufeng's voice is ice cold, echoing through the room. Li Changqing is the goat of refinement. Other than you, he's the only one who can fix the seal. This guy Li Changqing is a total menace. Though to make sure nobody controls him, he literally wiped out his own bloodline. A real cold-blooded move. He grins like a psychopath and spits out. This is exactly what happens when you let a woman sit on the throne. This is exactly what happens when you let a woman sit on the throne. This is a massive red flag, straight up humiliating for the entire human race. But Luo Yufeng, she's acting like she saw the spoilers, just staring blankly at the palace gates. Suddenly, an attendant pops up out of nowhere, claiming the Empress wants a word with you in the back chambers. You're shook, following her like, wait, what is actually happening? Like, I'm a secret crafting god, but Luo Yufeng isn't supposed to know that yet, right? Plus, I've been speedrunning this plot off rails. Why is she calling me out now? Luo Yufeng slowly stands up, looking a bit frazzled as she fixes herself, hair all messy behind her ear. Everyone's jaw is on the floor. The vibe is a total 180 from Li Changqing's cringe ranting at Shen Ti, and it's definitely not the stoic cold Empress energy we're used to. Then she locks eyes with you, soft as ever, and goes, can you fix it? You're just standing there, absolutely NPC moded. You blurt out, nah, no clue. Honestly, if the physics of this world weren't still working, you'd think you got isekai'd into some weird multiverse glitch. You're dead set on ghosting the plot. Once this circus ends, you're hitting the road, going full nomad and finding a main character wife to live that low-key life. You finish talking, ready to dip immediately, checking your surroundings like a ninja. Luo Yufeng is straight up vibing in her own head. As she's deep in thought, you go, if there's nothing else, I'm out. Before you can even finish, she cuts you off, dead serious. I know you can do it. The entire room is literally losing their minds. In their eyes, you're just the Empress's professional party animal. Since when do you know how to craft gear? You're just standing there, confused as hell. Meanwhile, Li Changqing is absolutely losing his marbles. LMAO, this is the Empress you guys picked? Seriously? The downfall has officially begun, boys. Look at this trash queen. She's actually desperate. Asking some jobless loser to fix the Imperial artifacts? You're cooked. Listening to Li Changqing's unhinged monologue, listening to that absolute clown's ranting, you are officially speechless. Brother is moving mad. Talk trash about Luo Yufeng all you want, but why are you dragging me into this drama, bro? Everyone else is looking at you like you're a massive clown, but Luo Yufeng? She couldn't care less about them. Her eyes are locked onto yours. Then she leans in, putting her face right at your eye level. We're talking less than 4 inches apart, zero personal space, guys. You're literally shook, and then out of nowhere, her hand reaches out to touch the top of your head. She gently brushes your cheek and whispers, why don't we just give it a shot? She says she believes in you and you. You're frozen solid, unable to move a single muscle. Seeing Luo Yufeng like this has you completely down bad. She repeats it again, that gentle voice hitting different. I believe in you. Bro is malfunctioning, legit can't move. This side of Luo Yufeng has you absolutely spiraling. Seriously, your brain has officially left the chat. Like, what is even happening right now? For the first time ever, look into her eyes. And there's none of that usual coldness. None of that I'm better than you energy. Instead, they're sparkling, doing things to your heart you weren't prepared for. You're straight up glazing now. Never seen her like this. Luo Yufeng is being so soft, and the ministers, even Li Changqing, are looking on in pure disbelief. You decide to break the tension. I'm not even sure if the Empress is bugging, but where'd she get the idea that I know how to forge gear? In the middle of this romantic setup, you hit her with the most "I'm just not built for this" response ever. Luo Yufeng didn't expect you to be this dense. And she's confused why you're moving so cautiously in this life. Like, is something actually wrong? Meanwhile, Li Chongqing is on the floor laughing like a total villain. Look everyone. Look at the great emperor you're backing. She's a total NPC, expecting a trash tier leader like this to save humanity. Keep laughing, folks. King Jing's army is pulling up soon, and none of you are making it out alive. Li Chongqing's blabbering has the whole room dead silent. Everyone's thinking the same thing. What is wrong with Luo Yufeng? Did she just switch up her entire personality in 2 seconds? She doesn't even bother explaining herself. After you cap about your skills for the second time, it's all good. If you can help, that's a W, but if not, no stress. I already carried you enough in my past life. It's time to start my own grind in this one. She looked at you without a hint of saltiness, just pursing her lips into a soft smile. She lifted her hand, and to your total shock, she gave your cheek a little pinch and dropped the bomb. It's fine. I just heard from the streets that you're low-key cracked at artifact crafting, right? Scared, or something. Go take a seat and chill for a sec. Luo Tianfeng finished that sentence and dipped toward the throne. The second she stood up, that cold main character energy we all know too well instantly flooded the entire hall. Everyone in the room felt a shiver down their spine. While you just stood there frozen, clutching the cheek she'd literally just pinched. You're just staring at her back, completely brain-rotted and confused. Wait, did she just speed blitz me right there? Meanwhile, Li Chongqing is still yapping, spewing the most toxic trash talk. You snake, the human race is gonna get cooked because of a lowlife like you. All the bad karma you stacked up over the years, you're gonna pay for it all. The Imperial Seal is shattered. That's a massive L for the nation. You're finished, you absolute fraud. But before Li Chongqing could finish his monologue, you're still just mesmerized by Luo Tianfeng's back. Your Majesty, I just remembered, I actually can do it. I'm down to help. It wasn't just a random 3 a.m. impulse decision. But after thinking it through, you realized only your skill set could actually clutch this situation. If you don't step up, this whole place is actually going to be as cooked as Li Chongqing said. And honestly, that sounds like a massive headache. The only beef you have with Luo Tianfeng is how things went down after you got hitched. Looking back now, you realize you were just blinded by the drama. I mean, what's her vibe really? What is Luo Tianfeng's deal? Even though she only just officially ascended to the throne today, you have to remember she's been running the show for a minute. Like ever since you first isekai'd into the Shanwu continent 10 years ago. This woman is a cold-blooded savage who doesn't play games. For the big shot ministers, messing up is basically a death sentence. These guys treat them like stray dogs, locking them up or offing them whenever they feel like it. With a vibe like that, how the hell are you supposed to have a chill home life? No way that's leading to a happily ever after family dynamic. Plus, we gotta talk about Luo Tianfeng's status. Marrying her? Nah bro, you're basically the one getting traded into her clan. Once you realize things are sus and try to dip, it's already game over, you're cooked. She's honestly way too cracked. Right now, the other races like the demons and the beasts, they all have legit great emperors holding it down. Meanwhile, the human race only has Luo Tianfeng as a pseudo-emperor. She's the only one carrying the team. On top of that, the imperial court is rotting from the inside. You got these brain-dead ministers colluding with the sects, doing absolutely nothing, just busy playing politics and speedrunning corruption. It's not just the common folk suffering. The entire cultivation world is in absolute shambles. Luo Tianfeng came in with the iron fist to clean up the mess. And honestly, she's a total gigachad, especially since she's a woman, and in the history of humans, there's never been a female emperor. So obviously a bunch of L-taking haters refuse to respect her authority. Li Chongqing is the prime example of a fraud. You know exactly how brutal it was when she first took the throne. Yet in just 10 years, she dragged humanity out of the mud and back to its peak. Even if you don't always vibe with her methods, let's be real, she's the only one actually capable of saving the human race. And yet this sole savior of humanity is getting trashed by a rotting NPC like Li Chongqing? Man, that just doesn't sit right with you. Not to mention, hearing people talk trash about Luo Tianfeng? That's a massive L in your book. I mean, you guys were married for 10 years. And you've always been the type to protect your own. Looking at this toxic destined connection, it all started when the immortal emperor pulled the strings a few days from now. In your previous life, right around this time, you folded under the immortal emperor's pressure and agreed to the marriage. But this time, nah, just hit him with a hard no and keep it moving. The last run was ruined because you were down bad for her looks. Back then, Luo Tianfeng didn't even want it. But because you said yes, that old geezer immortal emperor went full speed ahead. This time, I'm declining, she's declining, so if we just don't get hitched, none of that drama happens. Easy clap. But bro's sudden yes had everyone in the room looking like absolute NPCs. Lac Tianfuang did a full 180. Her Ice Queen aura literally evaporated. She couldn't hide the hype, turning to you like, wait, for real? Even though Lac Tianfuang is a regressor just like you. And even if she couldn't fix the Imperial Seal, she could probably hold the line solo. But doing it that way would be a major L and way more stress than it's worth. In her past life, it took her 10 years to get the human race back to its peak. But let's be real, without you, that's basically impossible, right? Even with 500 years, she'd have fumbled the bag eventually. One wrong move and it's game over. But the fact that you just flipped your decision like that, Lac Tianfuang was low-key shook, especially since you were acting so stubborn a second ago. She's thinking, did hubby change his mind just because that clown Li Chuangtan started talking trash? Her heart just melted. Hubby is the realest one out here, no cap. Meanwhile, the Li Chuangtan squad was just staring at Luke Can, completely lost. For real though, since you already said yes, stop stalling and get to work. Suddenly, clang, a massive bagua cauldron spawns right in the middle of the throne room. Your Majesty, hand over the imperial seal. You stood in front of your setup, looking at Lac Tianfuang like a total Chad. She was still reeling from the shock, still keeping that icy royal poker face on the outside, but she was straight up fangirling on the inside. Seeing you handle business like this, hubby is just different, man. Lac Tianfuang has officially entered her simp mode era for you. Next thing you know, she tosses the glowing golden seal straight into your hands. You didn't even hesitate. You dropped it in the cauldron, and the flames went absolutely feral. All the ministers were panicking like, is he actually gonna fix it? Are we really trusting this guy? And right on cue, Li Chuang, LMAO, this delusional queen really let this guy try to fix it? Newsflash, the furnace he pulled out, it's not even for crafting gear. Li Changqing didn't even need to spell it out. Because the second you whipped out that furnace, everyone realized Lucan's tool was strictly for making pills, right? It's an alchemy furnace, bro. What does that have to do with weapon crafting? The big shot masters are straight up tweaking, panicking like, if you can't fix it, if you brick the imperial artifact, bro, the imperial artifact, forget the artifact, what if you hear a crack? You're gonna shatter the damn thing into pieces. In a split second, all the masters whipped their heads toward Luo Tianhuang. But before they could even open their mouths, she didn't even look at them. She just told them to shut the hell up. One word from her and all these supposed masters started shaking in their boots. You didn't even bother explaining yourself to these NPCs, because why would you? Do I look like I can't tell the difference between a pill furnace and a forge? This is a bagua furnace gifted by the system. It's a multi-purpose beast that does both, baby. The next second, you started working, and your technique had the masters ready to faint from pure confusion. Like, what is Liu Ken even doing right now? You literally took the imperial artifact, dove headfirst into the furnace, with your lower half just dangling out there, wiggling your giant cakes for the whole world to see. Like, what is this choreography? You call this crafting? Is this bro speedrunning his own cremation? Can someone come get their mans? Are we just gonna let this happen? Your Majesty, you seeing this?
Do something!
But Luo Tianhuang, she couldn't care less. She knows exactly what you're doing, and let's be real. She's never seen a flex like this in her life. She's honestly low-key impressed. Meanwhile, you're still half submerged in the bagua furnace, not giving a single care about explaining yourself to the peanut gallery outside, knowing full well Luo Tianhuang is gonna ask about it later anyway. Just like in your past life, whenever we talk about your unique crafting style, you know the system is the real MVP behind the scenes. Your power source is just like every other isekai protagonist out there, relying on a system. Usually, these systems just give the MC a massive XP boost, or drop some pay-to-win items to speedrun the grind. But yours? Nah, your system is built different. See, the cultivators of the immortal martial continent grind spirit energy to level up their stats. When you got isekai'd here, you didn't just hop into a new body, you brought the whole human package, still rocking that original Earth server hardware. To grind spirit energy here, you usually need a spirit root, but you're rocking 0 specs in that department, so you literally can't cultivate that trash. Good thing your system doesn't even care about that. You're out here leveling up the Tao, the literal laws of the universe. That's why you're absolutely broken, but you can't pull off those flashy, cringe abilities. Like, don't even talk to me about flying on swords or telekinesis. You're basically a boomer when it comes to magic tricks. While these local mastercrafters sit around looking all aesthetic, waving their hands around like they're doing a ritual to look cool, you're literally just crawling inside a furnace, sweating bullets in the flames, hitting stuff with a shovel like a total maniac. To put it bluntly, you don't even have a cultivation rank. If some high-tier unk tried to scan your stats, all they'd see is some vague, god-tier aura and Tao energy overflowing everywhere. But other than that, you look like a straight-up NPC, a literal casual. Honestly, it works out for you anyway. Sure, you look like a scrub compared to those fancy pants immortals who like to pose, but your gear is absolute god-tier. Like the saying goes, black cat, white cat, if it catches the mouse, it's a goat. Took you like 2, maybe 3 minutes to fix the Emperor's sword. You're just built different, bro. You're too fast. If you ignore the lore, that sword is basically just mid-tier Emperor grade loot anyway. You were literally bored enough to hammer it with your butt, and you still finished it, along with the fate of the entire nation. The national luck of this clan is brain-dead easy to handle. But now you're wondering, where the hell is Luo Tianfeng? Why hasn't she pulled up yet? In your past life, you tossed that sword in the furnace and started smashing it. Didn't even take 5 seconds before Luo Tianfeng dragged you out by your collar. What's going on? Did this version of Luo Tianfeng just lose her chill, or does she actually trust you now? Seuss. You're sitting there spiraling, thinking about how Lac Tianfeng was acting earlier. That wasn't just weird, that was literally sus. Since when is she acting all soft and gentle with you? Bro, are we actually in an alternate dimension right now? Am I tripping? Once I'm back, I gotta dive deep into the lore and do some major recon. Like, is this actually a parallel universe or what? If this is a mirror world and her personality is flipped, does that mean this timeline's version and wait, hold up, stop thinking like that. Pull yourself together, man. Damn it, I fell for the bait again. Why do I never learn my lesson? Even if this is an alternate timeline, I am not settling for Lac Feng. Why lose the whole forest just for one mid-tree? It's just not worth the mental damage. While you're in the 8 Tringrams furnace having a literal midlife crisis, the high-ranking officials outside are absolutely losing their minds, panicking like crazy. The banging inside the furnace finally stopped, but you still won't come out. Plus, everyone just felt the Empress's aura flicker and then boom, it straight up vanished. What is actually going on? Is it possible Luke Tian accidentally clapped the Empress and now he's too scared to come out and face the music? Le Zhong, the head of the cabinet, finally couldn't take it anymore and just sighed. Your Majesty, you really shouldn't have been so reckless. You should have at least consulted the late Emperor first. If Luke Tian really broke the Empress, isn't it basically game over for everyone? Li Chongqing finally snapped back to reality and started laughing like a maniac, but he barely got 2 laughs out before the raw pressure of a quasi-emperor slammed him into the floor. He couldn't even move, and the stone tiles underneath him were literally cracking from the sheer gravity. Still having a good laugh, are we? You absolute clown. Use your brain and feel if the Empress is still here or not. Lac Feng barely turned her head, and Luck Ten shot a cold glare at the pathetic, groaning Li Chongqing, dropping the coldest line of the century. As soon as she finished speaking, a massive wave of the Empress's aura surged out from your furnace. The moment the officials felt that energy, their faces lit up like they just hit the jackpot. Luke Tian really did it. Yo, Lu Tian actually did it. Bro really pulled it off. No shot, I'm actually tweaking right now. That's an Emperor tier artifact, like literally a top tier legend rank gear. The entire human race only had one master blacksmith, Li Chongqing, and now this random Lu Tian pulls up? Where did this guy even spawn from? Wasn't this dude just a total NPC out here vibing and partying with the immortal Empress 24/7? Li Chongqing is down bad, face planted on the floor, staring at the furnace like he's seen a ghost, whispering, how is this even possible? The kid is literally a commoner and isn't even 20 yet. Make it make sense. Luo Tianfeng hits him with that cold stare and goes, you were laughing like a clown a second ago. Where'd that energy go, Unc? I've been running this empire for 10 years, and if I've learned anything, it's that clowns like you all share one brain cell. You think you're always right. Today is just a microcosm of the last decade of my rule. You all thought I was tweaking for even approaching Lu Tian, without ever stopping to think why I did it in the first place. Try using your brain instead of your heel for once. If you low IQ NPCs could see the play, do you really think a genius like me wouldn't have calculated it already? Li Chongqing finally snaps out of it, teeth gritting, and screams, so what if you fix the artifact? It's still damaged goods. It broke once already, didn't it? The sound of it shattering echoed across the entire human realm. Even if you patched it up, you're still the first emperor in history to let the throne's seal shatter on day 1. Li Chongqing starts acting like a snake, smirking, your reputation is cooked. Maybe the peasants still worship you, but I'm talking about the low-level cultivators. The clueless NPCs who can't even hit gold course stage in their whole life. Those are the ones who are easiest to manipulate and gaslight. When that seal shattered, their faith in you shattered with it. You can fix the seal, but can you fix their loyalty? No. You're totally finished. You have zero clue how to rule, and they're gonna team up to dethrone you, loser. Watch your back, bitch. But as soon as he finished his little monologue, Luo Tianfeng just smirked. And it wasn't that soft waifu smile she gives the MC. It was pure, unadulterated disrespect, looking at him like he was literal roadkill. You're actually a moron, she said. She hits him with that cold gaze. Why don't you try feeling the aura of the seal again? Li Chongqing stares into the furnace, mind blown, shivering as the aura hits him. Bruh, what is that power? Nah, no way, how is this even possible? It shouldn't be happening. How did the Emperor's seal just level up from quasi-emperor to full-blown emperor grade? The top-tier heavy hitters already clocked it. That aura coming out of the furnace, that's 100% emperor grade energy. Make it make sense. Look, everyone knows when you break a legendary artifact and fix it, even if you pull off the repair, it's gonna take a massive L in quality. And the rank is definitely getting nerfed. But this dude just took a quasi-emperor artifact and upgraded it to emperor grade. That's like saying a common goldfish can just start swimming through the air without water. Absolute brainrot logic. The entire worldview of these top-tier experts just shattered into pieces instantly. Their reality is officially bugged and broken. Luo Yufeng is standing off to the side, looking at the guy in the furnace with pure fangirl energy. Well, only his top half, anyway. The crowd is confused as hell, but Luo Yufeng, she knows the meta. She knows her hubby isn't just spamming spirit energy, he's literally hacking the heavenly Tao. When he was forging the artifact, he infused his heavenly Tao hacks right into the seal. He's basically using admin privileges to rewrite the laws of physics. That's why the seal leveled up. If he wants a fish to fly, that fish is flying, no cap. Her man is just built different, and the crowd is starting to realize they're looking at a Giga Chad. The seal went from quasi to full emperor grade, no debate. Luo Yufeng fixes her robe smooth as butter, then spins around and plops onto that massive throne like a boss, looking down at Li Chongqing, who is standing there like a confused NPC, and with a stone-cold expression she drops the bomb. Humanity hasn't had an emperor for 30,000 years. That's it, just one sentence to set the vibes. and these veteran-tier political sharks immediately started speedrunning their reactions. Li Zhong immediately bowed down to Luo Yufeng and shouted, "The seal upgrading from quasi to emperor grade. It's a divine signal from the heavens. A new human emperor is about to pull up and take humanity back to the golden era." The prime minister next to him immediately hopped on the bandwagon. The old seal was mid anyway. The new one isn't a bad omen, it's a W. It means humanity is finally breaking those old chains. When it comes to glazing, nobody hits harder than these politicians who've been in the game for millennia. Seriously, these guys are the final bosses of gaslighting and hype man energy. Ever since everyone realized that Imperial Seal just hit that Emperor tier glow up, their brains started doing the math. Now you could say Luo Yufeng's coronation isn't just fine, it's actually a total vibe. Compared to every other emperor in history, this is officially the GOAT tier coronation. Everyone's hyped for this, it's the most legit ceremony we've seen in ages. Who's gonna talk trash about bad omens or question her legitimacy now? That take is officially dead. And the haters like Li Changqing, those clowns were always fronting with their mysterious prophecies just to slander her, right? But look at them now, who's got the audacity to open their mouth? Bro, you gotta understand, the human race hasn't had an emperor tier gigachad in 30,000 years. The demon race, the monster race, all the other ops have their own emperor level monsters. Those are the real threats. For 30 millennia, our borders have been getting cooked by everyone else, while the humans are out here infighting like NPCs. Just absolute chaos in the ranks, constant L's everywhere. But now, out of nowhere, a new emperor drops. A perfect, flawless emperor. Honestly, she's built different. The stars aligned, the vibes are immaculate. Luo Yufeng is basically the main character the universe chose to carry us. Meanwhile, you're still half stuck in the alchemy furnace, spiraling. Why hasn't Luo Yufeng pulled me out yet? Like, why isn't she asking what I'm doing in here? I had a whole speech prepared. Why isn't she letting me cook with an explanation? This is low-key sus. If she doesn't ask, how am I supposed to finesse this situation? You're getting impatient in the furnace. Maybe just crawl out yourself? You think about it, decide to hop out, and walk straight up to Luo Yufeng with the Imperial Seal in your hands. You hand it over with both hands, acting all respectful. Your Majesty, I finished fixing the Imperial Seal. Luo Yufeng is sitting on the throne, looking at you, and her cold heart is literally melting right now. Come to think of it, in her past life, she never actually took the time to look at your face. Now seeing you in this life, she can't even remember what you looked like back then. She just feels like you look a little bit fresh or young, this time around. But honestly, everywhere she looks, she's starting to catch feelings. She's wondering what was wrong with her in her past life. A guy like this was by her side for 10 years and she didn't even notice? That's top-tier clown behavior. She was absolutely down bad and didn't even know it. Luo Yufeng, hand over the Emperor's seal, bro. It's back in her hands now. You're low-key sweating, waiting for Luo Yufeng to ask how you managed to fix that thing. You've even got a whole script ready to explain your 500 IQ move. But here's the plot twist. After taking the seal, Luo Yufeng just hits you with this super soft angelic smile. That smile? It could literally melt the glaciers of Mount Gansheng in a heartbeat. You look exhausted, don't you? Go on, take a seat and catch your breath. Her voice is hitting different. It's got that icy, I'm the boss energy, but sweet enough to sound like a literal siren song. Rest? Seriously? Bro, I'm waiting for the loot drop. Where's my reward for saving her gear? It's giving husband coming home from a 9 to 5 grind, and the wife is being all sweet. Wait, wife? Nah, hold up, why is my brain doing that? Stop it. Luo Yufeng is just too OP with those visuals, man. My brain is literally glitching. Nearly losing my mind over her. Nearly losing my mind over her. Nearly losing my mind over her. You snap out of it and frantically mutter, yeah, I'm just gonna head out and get some sleep. I'm out. You guys have like a whole kingdom to run, right? Aight, bet. Luo Yufeng looks stunned for a sec, then just smiles and nods. Sure, get some rest. We'll swing by and visit you once we're done. Excuse me? What? You start waving your hands like a maniac. Nah, no need. Your Majesty is busy. Don't stress over a peasant like me. I'm dipping. You literally turn tail and run. You're looking back at her like, is this girl for real? Looking at her like, you actually gonna let me leave? I'm actually leaving. For real. Like, you're really not gonna ask? Not even a little bit curious? How'd I buff that thing from pseudo-emperor grade to full emperor grade? Still not curious. My brother in Christ, are you actually not curious? Ask me. Come on, hit me with the question already. I've already got my witty comeback locked and loaded. Don't even try to act surprised, fam. Truth is, all these so-called great masters standing around are looking just as sus as you are. But the Emperor, that absolute Sigma doesn't care. Not a single question asked. Total main character energy. Your Majesty! Luo Tianfeng just stands there, frozen in time for a sec. Luo Tianfeng is literally lagging in real life. Then, like a sudden brain blast, she remembers something and starts speedwalking straight towards you. Saying, my bad, almost forgot. Almost forgot to walk you out, she says. You see her coming, and you're fully prepped for the interrogation. You even had your response rehearsed. But then she drops that bomb, walking you out. Walk you out to where, exactly? You look at her, then look at the main hall entrance. Staring at the door, like, wait, is this lady actually trying to escort me out like a gentleman? It's giving stay-at-home wife energy, seeing her husband off to his 9 to 5. Is she actually losing it? Has she finally snapped? You're not trying to stick around for this weird vibe, so you blurt out, "Nah, you're good, really." Then you bounce literally flying out of the hall, thinking you need to hit the history books ASAP, because you gotta check if you're trapped in some glitched out parallel universe, cause this whole reality is just built wrong. You're already miles away, but Luo Tianfeng is still standing at the gate, leaning against the frame, watching your back disappear into the distance, yelling out, "Slow down, don't trip, you goof." Once you're finally out of sight, she breaks into this massive, glowing smile. Yeah, she's actually smiling and let out a huge sigh of relief, like the pressure just dropped. Meanwhile, everyone else in the hall, they're straight up NPCing, just staring in pure confusion. Since when did Luo Tianfeng go soft? This is not the vibe we signed up for. Before anyone can even process the brain rot, she turns around and starts strolling back toward the crowd. And the exact second she turns back, the massive palace doors slam shut. That's a wrap. Suddenly, a murderous aura blasted through the grand hall like a damn freight train. Everyone's blood ran cold. 1 second it was peak spring vibes, and the next, we're in the middle of a literal blizzard. Nobody had a clue what was going on. But one thing was clear, Li Changqing is absolutely cooked. Luo Yufei is not the one to mess with fur. The Empress is basically a walking executioner. Her methods are as lethal as her looks are 10-10. So, you want to leave your name in the history books? Luo Yufei's voice echoed through the hall, cold enough to freeze hell over. Li Changqing was shook, but before he could even blink, or rather before Luo Yufei even let him get a word in, she just straight up clapped back. We're basically the same age. How are you still this immature and cringe? History books? Honey, history is like a girl in a brothel. Anyone can manipulate it however they want. Every word landed like a punch, synced perfectly with the clack 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 of her heels echoing on the stone floor. Every step was literally slapping Li Changqing's soul. She finally sat back on her throne, looked down at him and dropped the bomb. Li Changqing, you're the one who broke the imperial seal. The moment she spoke, her lead lackey, Li Zhong, jumped in to finish the roast. This fraud Li Changqing teamed up with the ops. He smashed the imperial seal right before the coronation yesterday. Luckily, the Empress's aura is just built different, and the nation's energy basically auto-repaired the seal. Now the seal is leveling up, and we're carving this clown's name in the deepest pit of the prison, writing it in the history books, so everyone for the rest of eternity can spit on his legacy. Luo Yufei tilted her head, looked at the traumatized Li Changqing, and sneered, "You happy now?" Li Changqing let out a mental scream that probably shattered his ego, followed by a string of absolute toxic trash talk, the wildest insults you've ever heard. But Luo Yufei had already locked down the entire hall. Yeah, she soundproofed that room like a pro. Not a single sound was getting out. And no one inside the Great Hall, it's quiet, like dead silent. The kind of quiet where you can hear a pin drop. Nobody's saying a word because they don't want to get clapped for being the example. The vibes are just straight up toxic. But everyone's brain is working overtime. Some are low-key hyped, some are tweaking, and others are just here for the drama. Everyone's got a different agenda, no cap. Suddenly, right at noon, a massive light show bursts out of the hall. It's glowing like crazy. Everyone's jaw is on the floor looking up. That's the Emperor's seal, a literal god-tier artifact. Night falls and the underground palace is lit, both inside and out. It's basically a festival mood. NPCs, I mean the local peasants, are running through the streets in their best fits, passing the word around like a group chat gone viral. Everyone's got that main character energy, buzzing with hype and anticipation. Tonight's definitely gonna be a sleepless one. You're chilling in your courtyard in the underground palace, grinding through some books by lamplight. Your table is stacked with every book known to man. You've got so many books they're literally overflowing onto the floor. Nerd alert, but make it aesthetic. You finish the last history scroll, lean back in your chair and mutter, "Nah, something's not adding up. This definitely ain't a parallel universe. And what the heck is the deal with this Luo Tianhuang?" You're spinning your wheels trying to figure it out. Ever since the whole Emperor's Seal incident this morning, you've been speed reading history books like your life depends on it. After a full day of investigating, the verdict is in. This isn't a parallel universe, which is like super sus. You're totally lost in the sauce, brain fried, and then your stomach starts roaring like a dragon. Unlike these other cultivators who can go years without a snack, you're built differently. You gotta eat every day. You won't die without food, but you'll be starving and miserable, which is a major L. Plus, let's be real, the whole point of existing is to eat good and vibe, right? You stop overthinking it, bounce, and head to the vegetable patch out, back to grab a snack. Priorities, bro. Over at the Bliss Hall, where the former human emperor chills, Luo Xuan is absolutely losing his mind with excitement. I told y'all that kid was built different. The second I saw him, I knew he was gonna be a G. Look at him now. You guys were roasting me for just hanging out and eating with him, but who's laughing now, huh? Luo Shu Yuan, this white-haired unk rocking a golden fit, is waving his cane around and acting like he's the main character. The place is empty except for him and Luo Tianhuang. Luo Tianhuang watches him geek out like this, and just shakes his head, totally done with this drama. He picks up his tea lid, and starts casually skimming the tea leaves, unbothered. It's actually wild how hyped bro is right now. Look at that glow up, his face is all flushed, but give it 2 years, Lac Tu Vian is gonna be absolutely cooked. Lac Tianhuang, she's literally unbothered, zero vibes given. Lac Tu Vian is a certified menace to society. Like bro is a walking L factory. I'm telling you, this guy is a total fraud who can't even break through his cultivation bottleneck. He's stuck in the mud for Everyone already saw this flop coming. Plus, their relationship? Straight up toxic. They aren't vibing at all. Tianfuang can't even look at him. She's genuinely disgusted by his mid-behavior. In her eyes, her pops is basically a deadbeat. Dude's only done two things his whole life. Handed her the throne, because he had to. And then tried to force ship her with Liu Can like a weird fanfic writer. Family bonds in royal houses are drier than a desert, honestly. And since Tianfuang has been alive for like 10,000 years, she's seen it all, every tragic death, every sad goodbye. If you ain't reaching god-tier immortality, you're just another NPC destined for the grave. Simple biology, bro. This drama isn't even moving her heart. She's built different. The only time she felt anything was in her past life, catching those late-night main character vibes, feeling lonely as a cultivator. Other than that, total stone-cold silence. In her past life, she didn't even slide by the cook Lactadiant. She ghosted him then, just sent a subordinate to do the talking. But today, she actually pulled up in person. Yeah, she really showed up herself. She's definitely plotting something. Lactuvien, who was riding a high, finally started coming back to reality. Seeing Tianfuang just sitting there, sipping tea like a queen, he's starting to get weirded out. He knows his daughter thinks he's a total L-taker, and usually she ignores him or just ghosts him entirely, or sends some random side character to deliver the news. But this time, she actually graced him with her presence. It's actually suspicious that she's here. Even so, Lactuvien is out here getting emotional. Bro is down bad for his daughter's approval. He's got kids on kids, but the second he handed the crown to Tianfuang, the rest of them turned into complete ops. And the ones that didn't, they got banished to the middle of nowhere. Total skill issue on their part. Right now, it's just Lactuvien and Tianfuang chilling in the cut. Look, no matter how much of a gigachad you were, back in the day or what your status was, when you hit a certain age, all you really want is some wholesome family time. It's a total L though, because with his status, that simple happiness normal families get is a luxury Lactuvien just can't afford. Looking at Tianfuang, a thought suddenly hits Lactuvien. He quickly takes a seat, looking shook and goes, Fuangyi, my girl? What do you think of this Liu Can guy? Yo, it's finally happening. Tianfuang pulling up to the Cook Lac Palace. This was the whole plan all along. She's been playing 4D chess, plotting every single move. Usually, her pops wouldn't try to set her up with Liu Can for another 6 days. But 6 days? Nah, she doesn't even want to wait 6 hours. She wants Liu Can here like, right now. Just like in her past life, her pop says a few words, and boom, they get hitched immediately. Honestly, on this topic, her pops must have dropped some hints already. In fact, lately he's been low-key glazing Liu Can in front of her whenever he gets the chance. Liu Can is doing bits, he says. This is the perfect opening. The moment he sees her, he thinks of Liu Can. Since Liu Can's been carrying the team lately, how could the pops not want to capitalize on that W? Back in her past life, her dad used Liu Can's success as a stepping stone. Tianfuang hears her dad out. She's absolutely buzzing inside, but she's got to keep her cool on the outside. She's swirling her tea, trying to act all chill, and goes, yeah, he's pretty cool, I guess, but she knows better. Even if she's down bad for Liu Can, she can't let her inner fangirl show just yet. See, whenever her dad brought him up before, she'd always act all annoyed and impatient. If she flips the script too fast, it's gonna look suspicious as hell. Gotta follow the vibe, step by step. Just like in her past life, Lactuvien watches her acting all nonchalant, sipping her tea with her head down. Seeing her all low-key like that? Wait, hold up, what's the move here? Is my daughter actually down bad for Liu Tian? I know my own daughter better than anyone, frack. She's way too smart. If I drop a hint about Liu Tian, she's definitely gonna clock what I'm doing. But nah, Tianfuang is just acting low-key and indifferent. Lactuvien is eating this up, though. Bro is straight up vibing, feeling like he's winning at life. She knows exactly what he's plotting, but she's not even trying to shut him down. That's a green flag for I'm down, right? I get it now. It's definitely because Liu Tian pulled that hero saves the girl move earlier. Bet, time to turn up the heat and manifest this relationship. Lactuvien starts glazing Liu Tian, listing off his W's, but he's doing it so much he actually starts annoying her. Are you done yet? Like, I need you to tell me how good my own man is. You're just yapping now. Get to the main point already. Tianfuang is keeping her poker face on point, but internally, she's losing her mind. She knows her man's routine. Dinner, chill for an hour, then it's straight to bed. Looking at the clock, she's got like 15 minutes left before he hits the hay. If her dad keeps up this marathon of yapping, by the time he finishes, her husband's gonna be out cold. Is she supposed to drag him out of bed in the middle of the night, just to talk about marriage? No way. Get to the point already, or we're gonna be here until tomorrow. Lactuvien finally notices the vibe is shifting, and not in a good way. His daughter is still keeping that stoic face, but the energy she's radiating. Lactuvien can feel it, and it's not chill. She is literally overflowing with pure impatience and major don't talk to me energy. Wait, what? Why is she tweaking all of a sudden? Didn't she seem low-key down for the Liu Tian talk just a second ago? Why is she suddenly acting like he's ruining her mood? Lactuvien's voice starts fading out. He's staring at her while she plays with her teacup, desperately trying to read the room. But before he can even guess what's wrong, Tianfuang hits her breaking point. She slams her tea down, turns to him, and deadass goes, "Are you done yet? Can you just stop already? Cut the cap and get to the point, Unc." This whole vibe is straight up cursed. Imagine being the father, Luo Tuyuan, and actually being terrified of your own daughter. Seeing the look of pure disgust on Luo Tianfeng's face, he gulps hard and tries to spit out the actual news. He came here to drop the news, but with Tianfeng staring him down like that, nah, bro's confidence just evaporated. Luo Tuiyuan is low-key losing it right now. What is even happening? Why is his daughter suddenly acting like he just killed her vibe? He was literally glazing Lu Tian, talking about how goated he is, what went wrong. Luo Tuiyuan stares at her, totally lost in the sauce, until he finally snaps back to reality. He grinds his teeth and decides to full send it. He's been stalling for too long, might as well just let it rip. So Luo Tuiyuan goes, look, here's the play. Lu Tian is an absolute W, he's basically your soulmate. And since you just ascended to the throne, isn't it about time you put a ring on it? Just pick Lu Tian, fam. No hidden agenda, just marry him so the haters stop running their mouths. If he's not your type, just keep him around like a pet or something. Once you find someone else you actually vibe with, just marry them too. It ain't that deep. You're the great emperor now, you make the rules, right? He stops there to check if he's getting cooked. Tianfeng's expression shifts from leave me alone to I'm about to commit a felony. Luo Tuiyuan's heart does a backflip. Yeah, he's definitely sweating now. Bro really said, my daughter's mood swings are actually cracked. He has zero clue which part of his speech triggered her. He's speedrunning the damage control. Listen, little bro Lu Tian isn't like these other NPCs. I treat him like family. He's chill like that, so I can't just force a marriage decree. We gotta vibe check him first. But don't stress, I already low-key tested the waters with him, and he's down bad for the idea. How about I set a date for you two to link up in 3 days? As soon as he finishes, Luo Tianfeng stands up and obliterates her chair with a single palm strike. Luo Tuiyuan is shook and she straight up yells, what? 3 days? If I had to wait 3 days, why did I even waste my time listening to your blabbering today? You're taking way too long over such a small L-tier problem. The human race is actually cooked with you in charge. Schedule Lu Tian for tomorrow morning. I want this done and dusted ASAP. She dips immediately, leaving Luo Tuiyuan standing there looking like a total clown. As Luo Tianfeng hits the palace exit, she stops for a sec, doing that cold side-eye anime glance with zero emotion on her face. Seriously, just half a face revealed, and she's looking colder than a frozen NPC. Dropping the line, if you don't like it, just take it. Think of it like keeping a dog in the harem. My mom was just that dog back in the day, right? She dips, but Luo Tuiyuan, he's not even pressed. That whole drama with him and her mom is ancient history, major skill issue. Tianfeng's been salty about it forever, obviously. But Tuiyuan, he's chilling, water under the bridge, can't fix a L-take from the past. He's done stressing about it. Now, he's actually tripping, trying to decode what she meant just now. What's this about not waiting 3 days? Is there a timeline where his daughter is actually down bad for Lu Gan? Like she's so thirsty she wants to speedrun this marriage by tomorrow? As soon as that thought hits his brain, he immediately deletes it from his head. No way. He knows his daughter better than that. Nah, that's impossible. Not a chance. But wait, maybe she wants to speedrun the rejection to get this over with? Realizing that, Tuiyuan jumps up, staring at where Lu Gan is staying, looking absolutely determined. Lu Gan, don't you worry bro, just stay calm. Tomorrow, I'm making sure you two get hitched whether you like it or not. Meanwhile, you're tucked in bed, and suddenly you let out a massive sneeze. Rubbing your nose, you're wondering how long you've been here. Like, why the random sneeze? You shake it off, thinking the vibes are just acting weird lately. You drift off to sleep, and by the next morning, the whole world has shifted. The energy in the Earth City, or honestly, the entire human territory is just different today compared to yesterday. Everyone is still riding the high from the Earth rank upgrader and those Emperor tier artifacts. Inside the blissful palace, Luo Tianfeng is just eating breakfast, while Luo Tuiyuan sits across. It's been so many years. I've literally lost count at this point. Man, it's been ages since he sat down at the same table as Lac Tianfuang. Not that cultivators actually need to eat, but you know how it is. Today, his daughter randomly showed up asking for breakfast. Major red flag, that's some weird energy right there. Let's be real, Lac Tianfuang never gave a single damn about Lac Tuvian. The only reason she's eating is because of your past life, where you basically spoiled her rotten, forcing her to have breakfast every single day. You were always preaching that if you skip breakfast, you're gonna be a total smooth brain. Like for real, every single morning after cooking your own meal, you'd literally have someone ship a portion over to her. At first, she didn't even bother looking at it, but one bite changed the game. She was shook. Plus, the food you cook is literally infused with Dao vibes, so instead of feeling bloated, cultivators actually get a stat boost. But most importantly, that stuff slaps. Lac Tianfuang sat there, took 2 bites, and just tossed her spoon into the bowl like she's throwing an L at the chef. She wiped those red lips, frowned, and started muttering to herself, my stomach is totally cooked because you spoiled it. I literally can't even swallow this trash anymore. I'm dead serious, I can't eat this, and I've got stuff to do later anyway. Lac Tianfuang is usually the type to stay calm no matter the situation. Literally zero stress, always unfazed. But right now, she's low-key tweaking. The food tastes like cardboard, which is just making her anxiety go up. Lac Tuvian, sitting right across from her, watched the whole scene, blinked once, and immediately told the servants to clear the table. He wanted to spit some game, wanted to try and talk some sense into her, really just trying to be a good dad for once. But the second Lac Tuvian opened his mouth, she saw him moving to clear the dishes, and just hit him with, done eating. Call Lu Can over here ASAP. Quit yapping about useless stuff. Also, what's that noise coming from your side? It's straight up annoying, honestly. Meanwhile, on the way to the Extreme Bliss Palace, you're just vibing and humming a tune, totally oblivious. Look at our boy, grinning ear to ear, clutching a little cricket jar like he's holding the cure for cancer. Inside is a cricket, and oh wait, I remember this. This is the exact day in his past life where he absolutely rolled Luo Shuyan in the cricket pits. Yeah, he actually won. And when Luo Shuyan asked what he wanted for his prize, our MC decided to be a massive L-taker and dropped the most down bad line. Luo Tianfeng is so pretty, gimme her. Fast forward a few days, and Luo Shuyan actually went and married them off together. Bro, that is straight up lore-breaking levels of weird. Imagine gifting your daughter to some random dude just because you lost a bug fight. Peak parenting, obviously. The way they even linked up is a total fluke. So, Luo Shuyan, he's basically a retired unk who's just living for the vibes, drinking, gambling, and spending way too much time staring at a fishing rod. It's year 2 of our boy's isekai adventure on the Shanwu continent. He finds this guy practicing his fishing Tao by the desolate lake, and that's how the friendship started. Back then, he didn't even know who this dude really was. They were just two homies chilling and fishing. Our MC was just yapping away, dropping random references from Earth. Honestly, his dialogue was probably top-tier brainrot to Luo Shuyan. Everything he said sounded like some deep galaxy brain knowledge to this guy. So, they became besties. Then our MC just ends up moving into the palace like it's his own Airbnb. Just spending all day, drinking and catching vibes with the unk. But real talk for a second. The way the system leveled up so fast, you've got to give it up for Luo Shuyan for real for real. This man lives for the hedonistic lifestyle, while everyone else is grinding the heavenly Tao, which only like 3 NPCs know about. Like talking to your tea, your sword, or your damn diary. All that pretentious, serious stuff. Our boy was lost, wondering what to grind next. But hanging with Luo Shuyan, bro unlocked a whole new skill tree. We're talking gambling Tao, chill out Tao. He even spent an entire day staring at an anthill. And somehow even the ants helped him level up his cultivation. It sounds completely unhinged, but our boy knows Luo Shuyan isn't just some random NPC. There's something built different about him. He can't quite put his finger on why, but the vibes are definitely suspicious. Anyway, focus. Today is all about the cricket match. Once he secures the W, he can just say whatever he wants as a reward. Maybe skip the part about Luo Tianfeng this time, but once he hits the Elysium Hall, it's about to go down. You're literally standing there like a total NPC, buffering in real time. Wait, why is Luo Tianfeng here? While you're out here lagging, Luo Tuyan hasn't even opened his mouth yet, but Luo Tianfeng, who was giving Major Ice Queen energy, suddenly starts acting nervous. She stands up, looks straight at you, and hits you with that soft, sweet smile. She's rocking a no-makeup look today, hair tied back just enough to show off that swan-like neck, a total glow-up. She ditched the usual red and gold flex robe, and traded it for a pure white fit that's hitting different. No trace of yesterday's cold, don't talk to me vibe. She looks like a literal flower goddess, low-key giving main character energy. Bro, she's actually cracked. The visuals, 0 flaws, a 10/10 no cap. This kind of beauty is enough to make any man act up, and you're just staring, completely down bad. Luo Tianfeng clocks your reaction. And she's low-key thriving inside. All that prep work last night? Worth it. She spent the entire night speedrunning hair and makeup tutorials just for this moment. No exaggeration, the look seems effortless, but every single hair strand was calculated. High-tier strategy. Then she pulls the ultimate move, acting all oops, my bad. And lifts her skirt just a little. Bro, you're literally nosebleeding. Goddamn black lace stockings? Is she trying to end you? You definitely didn't see this plot twist coming this early in the morning. Like, what is actually happening right now? From the outside, she's giving pure celestial fairy vibes under the flowers. Inside, she's got that high-end silk embroidery, looking elegant, playful, and honestly just stunning. The vibes are immaculate, and you are officially cooked. Meanwhile, Lo Tuyen is sitting there watching you lose your mind, raising his eyebrows like, yeah, keep staring, clown. He's basically saying, you like what you see? That's my daughter, show some respect. Her beauty was already top tier. Top tier S-class visuals, and now she's out here blushing a light pink. You two were close in your past life. And even if it was quiet, she knows exactly what you're into. Like that specific silk pattern on her dress? Yeah, that design doesn't even exist in this whole cultivation realm yet. She really went out of her way. It's that unique drip you were talking about in your past life, fam. You've always been obsessed with high-key, elegant, aesthetic stuff like this. Lac Tianfeng doesn't really see the hype, but she knew you'd vibe with it, so she had her squad grinding all night just to craft it with silk. And seeing your reaction right now, she totally called it. But having to act all lovey-dovey and show her feelings like this, she's low-key feeling super shy. Then again, they've known each other for ages, so she tries to stop overthinking it. Just then, Lac Tuvien wakes up and starts hobbling over with his cane to start some drama. Yo, I heard all about what went down yesterday. My guy, you've definitely been gatekeeping some serious skills, haven't you? You can't even look at Lac Tianfeng anymore. You're feeling all types of ways and your heart is literally doing backflips. You pivot to Lac Tuvien real quick, hands clasped and go, nah, it's nothing really. But wait, what were you about to say? Lac Tuvien suddenly freezes up, his face goes pale and he panics. Yo, are you eat breakfast yet, bro? He literally tosses his cane and full-on sprints towards you. You're just standing there like, bro, what is actually happening right now? But in a split second, Lac Tuvien is already in your face. body blocking you from his daughter like an absolute menace. Reaching out like he's trying to snatch that small box you're holding. Truth is, he ain't trying to help you, fam. He's just laser focused on that wooden box, staring at it like it's a legendary artifact. As soon as you lift your hand, Lactuvien catches a glimpse of the cricket inside. Man is a total degenerate for cricket fighting. There's no way he's not recognizing that high-end cricket cage. But he knows he can't let Lac Tianfeng see it at any cost. Lac Tianfeng is strictly anti-cringe and hates all that palace-style idling. She's been banning everyone in the palace who messes around with low-tier hobbies, especially something as bottom-tier as cricket fighting. The only reason he's here is to ship you and Lac Tianfeng together, but if you pull out a cricket right now, and she gets the ick, then the whole marriage arc is officially cooked. Luo Tianfeng was already over it. If this cricket ruined her vibe any further, she was literally about to bounce. And we can't have that, can we? Luo Tuiyuan stealthily tried to swipe the wooden box, turning his back to Luo Tianfeng and giving you the biggest side-eye ever, signaling like a madman. At first, you were just standing there like an NPC, but seeing him act like a total clown, you immediately clocked what he was doing. You understood, sure, but that just made you want to keep it from him even more. You thought Luo Tuiyuan just wanted a peek at your new cricket. But as soon as you loosened your grip, you saw his move and tightened it right back up, low-key wanting to flex this cricket for Luo Tianfeng instead. Luo Tuiyuan saw you holding that box for dear life and went full Pikachu face. He'd been signaling for ages. Like, why are you so slow on the uptake? He's literally trying to help you out, fam. Then things got real. Luo Tuiyuan started full-on brawling for the box, his face twisting as he tried to use his spiritual energy to peek at the cricket inside, only to realize his energy couldn't even penetrate this basic wooden box. He was shook. Usually, you're quick with the brain cells, so why you acting like a total smooth brain at the clutch moment? Luo Tuiyuan was panicking, but you just smirked, gave him a cheeky grin and went, "What's up? Are you dying to see what kind of cricket I brought today?" Before you could even finish the sentence, Luo Tuiyuan's face went pale and he slammed his hand over your mouth. Even though you didn't make a sound, the box started chirping like crazy, and the whole hall went dead silent. You couldn't help but let out a laugh. You were definitely trolling. Luo Tuiyuan let go, looking at you in disbelief. Seeing your smug grin, he just wanted to smack some sense into you. Are you seriously trying to blow this marriage proposal to smithereens? Just then a soft, melodic and graceful voice drifted from behind Luo Tuiyuan. "Oh? Is that a cricket? I absolutely love crickets." You and Luo Tuiyuan froze. Did she just say she loves crickets? Both of you were completely stunned, standing there like statues. Mind absolutely blown, this was too sus to be true. You know Luo Tianfeng's personality better than anyone. She's always been the chill and grind type, literally married to her cultivation, obsessed with clan management. Basically, her whole life is just work and gains. Bro's schedule was literally packed 24/7. On top of that, Luo Tuiyuan used to be obsessed with all kinds of hobbies, hoarding random toys all over the palace, which had Luo Tianfeng absolutely triggered. She's always been a total hater of that lazy play-all-day vibe, and she's so strict that she wouldn't let a single toy exist within a 10-mile radius of her. You kept a few little handmade trinkets on the low, just for the memories, thinking maybe they'd come in clutch later. But Luo Tianfeng caught you red-handed and gave you a lecture that lasted an eternity. She was yapping about how slacking off rots your brain, so you had no choice but to toss the whole stash. With that kind of personality, for her to suddenly say she likes crickets? Bro, ain't nobody buying that. Luo Tuiyuan was standing there, straight up buffering. His daughter likes crickets? Doesn't that mean his internal panic attack a second ago just turned him into the world's biggest clown? Before Luo Tuiyuan could even process the L, Luo Tianfeng stepped up from behind him, walked right up to you, flashed a smirk and said, "Mind if I take a look?" You were low-key stunned and didn't know how to act, so you just handed over the wooden box. Luo Tianfeng took it with a smile, and once she cracked it open, she was legit hyped. "Yo, this cricket of yours is actually built different." Mention the crickets, and you instantly locked in. You shook your head, acting all smug like, "Obviously, this little guy is high-tier purebred pedigree. His lineage is cracked. I call him the Three Generals. All his ancestors were absolute beasts that never took an L under my watch. This guy right here, he's been carrying my win streak, and he's still undefeated. Pretty cracked, right?" Luo Tianfeng listened, her eyes lighting up with genuine interest, and she asked, "Wait, crickets have bloodlines too?" That was your cue to start yapping. You went full lore master mode, explaining the meta like a pro. Luo Tianfeng was locked in, vibing with every word, looking at you like you were the main character. For real? He's that goated? I'm low-key a fan of cricket fighting too. If you're free tomorrow, slide to my palace and let's run a 1v1. I'm actually pretty cracked myself. Bet you nodded, but a second later, the realization, wait, does the Empress actually have a massive skill issue and just likes cricket fighting? Like, bro, I've never heard of this. This is straight up cursed energy. Luo Tianfeng sees your confusion and acts all salty, like of course it's real, why would I cap to you? If you don't believe me, pull up to my palace tomorrow morning, and we'll see who's actually cracked at this. She didn't even flex her status as Empress. She just kept it casual and chill with the vibes. Which left you low-key, shook. But you didn't overthink it, just assumed she had a mid-hobby. Yeah, just a total mid-hobby. So you just went bet and agreed on the spot. Fine, it's a date, but don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're the big boss. Luo Tianfeng raised up a brow and hit you with that devious smile. I don't need you to throw the game. Just make sure you don't end up cooked tomorrow. You laughed it off and passed her the grass blade to tease the cricket. You were thinking, like, no matter how cold she acts, everyone has that one thing they're down bad for. But damn, you didn't expect the Empress to be a fellow cricket fighting enjoyer. Honestly, even if we ain't dating, being besties with matching brain rot isn't a bad outcome. Luo Tianfeng grabs the grass and tries to mimic your technique to hype up the cricket in the box. But a few seconds later, you're just looking at her like, bruh. Your Majesty, you're holding it wrong. Use the fluffy end to tickle it. Luo Tianfeng's hands freeze mid-air, then she hits you with the most I meant to do that energy. This is my own unique, advanced technique. I don't need your tutorial, she says, but you see her hand instantly flip the grass around anyway. You were about to roast her. But then a palace attendant rolls in and bows like their life depends on it. Your Majesty, all the crickets at the Paradise Palace have been dealt with, per your orders. The room goes dead silent, like awkward level silent, except for the crickets chirping in the box. Luo Tianfeng is holding the box in one hand, and the grass in the other, frozen like an NPC for a hot second. But she recovers in 0.5 seconds, acting like nothing happened. Turning to you with a smile, this little guy is so cute, don't you think? She totally gaslit the situation, acting like the attendant didn't just drop a bomb. She straight up ignored everything, didn't hear a word. Luo Tuiyuan caught on immediately, gave a thumbs up to the official at the door, and shouted, "Do absolute W, these crickets were annoying anyway. Good riddance, they needed to be gone." The official stared, confused as hell, looking at Luo Wufeng who was just chilling, then back at Luo Tuiyuan who was gassing her up. Completely lost, Luo Tuiyuan just waved his hand telling the official to bounce. Internally, the man was sighing. His precious crickets got sent to the shadow realm just because they made noise early in the morning. Just because they dared to annoy Luo Wufeng. He thought, she didn't like him, it is what it is. Plus, he always loses cricket fights against you anyway. But seeing how obsessed Luo Wufeng is with your cricket, clutching it like her life depends on it, Luo Tuiyuan is feeling the salt, he's down bad. If you had just showed up a minute earlier, my crickets might still be alive. You're standing there, clocking the whole situation. You know for a fact Luo Tuiyuan would never yeet his favorite crickets unless forced. This is 100% Luo Wufeng's doing. The man is a master-tier actor, acting all hype and curious. He almost had you fooled for a second there. You don't know why she's capping to you, but you know something's fishy. Your internal alarms are going off. You snapped back to reality and spoke up. Your Majesty, give my cricket back, you pleaded, terrified she'd decide to process your bug next. Luo Wufeng realized the gig was up. She blushed, quickly shoved the cricket and the grass back into the box, and handed it over. You packed up your stuff in a hurry and turned to Luo Tuiyuan. Well, you've got nothing left to play with now. Can't battle today, so I'm heading out. You turned around, ready to dip. But Luo Tuiyuan was quick with it, snatched your arm and panicked. Wait. Hold up, I didn't bring you here for cricket fights. I've got actual business to discuss. And it's something you're gonna care about. He gave you that we both know what's up look. Your heart sank. You already knew exactly what he was about to say. You thought this was gonna be pushed back a few days. But nah, it hit like a truck. Doesn't matter though, you'd already made up your mind. The squad sits down and Lac Tu Vien starts moving mad, trying to act as the ultimate wingman between you and Lac Wufeng. He was sweating bullets, thinking she'd be cold as ice like usual, but today? Lac Wufeng is just vibing, sitting there dead silent, not saying a single word to shut it down. Seeing that, Lac Tu Vien starts breathing a sigh of relief. After a little bit of awkward small talk, he's finally ready to spill the tea. He's trying to get on the same page with you first. Since the two of you already had a low-key agreement, he just needs to go through the motions before hitting her with the question. Once Lac Tianfuang gives the nod, it's a dub. Lac Tu Vien clears his throat, trying to act all professional and serious. Tianfuang is the human empress, so her marriage is basically a state-level event. Fruff, she's heading out on a border patrol in 60 days. Tradition says the empress needs her emperor to ride out with her, no cap. And right now, she's still single. You two have that main character energy together, and you're already cool. So why not lock it in before the patrol? Saves us from the haters and the gossip. Lac Tu Vien finishes his speech and looks at Lac Tianfuang like a proud dad. He's 100% sure she's gonna say yes. The whole plan is resting on his daughter's moody vibes. Lac Wufeng, who was being quiet this whole time, is low-key stressing, her heart skipping beats, fingers twitching as she waits for the plot twist. Just as Lac Tu Vien is about to put her on the spot, you suddenly drop the bomb. In a super desperate tone, you go, "Your Majesty, nah, we can't do this. I'm just an average NPC, bro. I'm nowhere near worthy of an empress's status. Please, Your Majesty, think about it. You're acting so pressed, doing everything in your power to dodge this marriage like it's a dodgeball game." At first, Lac Tu Vien and Lac Wufeng didn't sweat it. They thought you were just playing hard to get, just the usual polite cap. Lac Tu Vien tries to keep talking you into it, but then he realizes you're actually dead serious. You aren't even playing games. No matter how much he tries to cook up a convincing argument, you stay firm with the rejection. You won't budge, straight up telling them you only respect Lac Tianfuang. After a half-hour standoff, you just hit him with the I'm out and dipped, leaving both of them absolutely shook. Inside the pleasure palace, Lac Tu Vien and his daughter Lac Tianfeng are just sitting there, staring into the void, totally failing to process what just happened. This ending? Yeah, nobody saw that coming. It's straight up a plot twist that broke everyone's expectations. Lac 2VN watches you walk away, then suddenly slams his armrest, fuming, fine then, don't take it. Bro really thought he was the prize, but now he's getting ghosted. Forget him, sweetie. There's plenty of other gigachads out there. Tomorrow, daddy's gonna find you someone way better. Lac 2VN is absolutely malding right now. Like he's been sliding into your DMs about this marriage deal for ages. And you were always down for it. But now, out of nowhere, you pull a hard pivot? Talk about a massive loss of face for him. But then he thinks, whatever, my daughter's already simping for him anyway. I'll just find someone else. Meanwhile, Lac Tenfeng is going through it, totally confused. She remembers her past life like it was yesterday. Back then, her dad barely even brought it up, and you were already down to clown. So why did you switch up so hard overnight? What kind of butterfly effect is this? Once she snaps back to reality, she watches her dad ranting, and her expression just goes cold. Didn't you say you already had the deal locked in? She asks. He was totally vibing with this before. So why did it go south this fast? Lac 2VN just gives her a look that screams, I have no clue, fam. I dropped hints and straight up talked to him a dozen times. He never pushed back. He was practically begging for it. Who knew he'd flip the script like this today? As he's yapping, Lac 2VN pauses, locking eyes with his daughter. He gets a good look at her face, and his internal alarm bells start ringing. With the way she's pressing him, is she actually catching feelings for this dude? And looking at how she's been acting today, Lac 2VN probes her. So when did you start crushing on this guy? Literally a few days ago, you were acting like he was a total L-taker. Lac Tenfeng pauses for a sec, then just decides to stop capping. She hits him with a deadpan answer. Yesterday was more than enough. He stepped up when things got real, and showed he was built different. Showing off that main character energy. That's more than enough to make a girl catch feelings. Luo Tuyan felt this sudden change of heart was sus, but instead of pressing her, he started overthinking why she randomly flipped the script. The whole hall went dead silent. After a minute, Luo Tuyan slammed the table and shouted, I got it. He didn't even wait for Luo Tianhuang to ask. It's definitely a you problem, kid. Luo Tianhuang just furrowed her brows, looking confused as hell. Since when was her vibe the problem? Luo Tuyan quickly explained, it's because you were acting way too nice today, straight up out of character. You're usually that cold-hearted ice queen, which is exactly why he was simping so hard for you. But now that you're all soft and affectionate, he's probably sketched out. Some dudes are just built different. If you're too nice, they get all awkward and start catching feelings for the wrong reasons. You gotta stay toxic like before, if you want him to stay locked in. Luo Tianhuang stayed quiet for a sec, then shook her head. Nah, based on what I know about him, he ain't like that. She's been with you her whole life. She knows your personality better than anyone. You've always been the type to respond to soft energy. If she tries to play hard to get now, you just drift even further away. In the last life, you gave her your everything and she treated you like an NPC. This time, she ain't repeating that L-take. She just wants to treat you with 0 games. And even if they don't get hitched, she just doesn't want to owe you anything else. Luo Tuiwen saw she wasn't listening and started tweaking. I've been dealing with this guy for years. I know him better than you do. This kid is stubborn as a mule. I'm telling you, he doesn't want the soft treatment. Listen to your old man. Go back to being a savage. A little toxicity goes a long way, trust. Luo Tianhuang still shook her head, dead set on her decision. She wasn't about to play any 4D chess games with you. That past life debt? She's clearing it this time by just being a real one, no strings attached. That's enough for her. Luo Tuyan tried to drop more life advice, flexing his decades of experience, acting like he's the master of social engineering, but it just started annoying the hell out of Luo Tianhuang. She stood up, flicked her sleeves, and hit him with the cold truth. You've seen a lot in this world, Dad. But how much of it was actually real? What do you even know about a sincere heart? With that, she dipped out of the Nirvana Palace, though deep down, she couldn't help but think her pops might have a point. Maybe I was moving a bit too fast in this life. And honestly, it just made her feel pressed and anxious. I'll chill out and tone it down from here on out, but no matter what, I've already made up my mind. My feelings for her aren't changing, period. Luo Tuyan is back at the Palace of Ultimate Bliss, looking absolutely miserable. Everything that went down today, total L for him. Legit, nothing went according to his mid-tier plan. He's even starting to tweak, questioning if he should keep trying to set those two up. Just then, Luo Tianfeng, who literally just left, sprints back inside. Luo Tuiyuan instantly gets smug like, hey, what's up? Starting to see that Unk knows what he's talking about, right? Just stick to the plan. Before the old man can finish his yap session, Luo Tianfeng hits him with the shut up. Teach me how to train crickets instead. Luo Tuiyuan is bewildered. Son, you really want to learn that trash just to simp for him? Luo Tianfeng gives him the coldest side eye. One more word and you're getting clapped too. Luo Tuiyuan hits the mute button instantly, scared to even breathe. Time skipped to noon. You're chilling on your recliner in the courtyard, feeling pretty relieved after how this morning went. The connection between you and Luo Tianfeng is finally severed, and even though it feels a bit bittersweet in your chest, you put so much effort into that grind in your past life, so seeing it turn into new phone who dis, energy is kinda weird. When you first isekai'd here, you only had 2 main quests, merge with the Heavenly Tao and get close to Luo Tianfeng. But in this life, the system grind isn't even urgent anymore, and that tether to Luo Tianfeng is officially cut, so you're just sitting there like, what do I even do now? A wave of main character loneliness hits different. You flop back onto the chair staring at the sky, deciding to stop overthinking and just embrace the post-nap brain rot. You do the mental math. Luo Tuan still has a few years left, so you might as well. The human realm is about to go through a massive midlife crisis, and it's gonna be chaotic as hell, but you're still gonna play hero for Luo Tianfeng. And it ain't because you're feeling nostalgic for the good old days, or because you're trying to simp for Luo Shuyuan. Nah, it's strictly business. If you want a chill, low-key life in this world, you gotta make sure Luo Tianfeng stays in power so everything doesn't go up in flames. Luo's a brand new empress and her early game is looking rough. Without your carry, she's basically an L-taker waiting to happen. Once the humans start losing it and the war vibes kick in everywhere, you can kiss your dream of a peaceful vacation life goodbye. No more sightseeing, no more foodie adventures, just pure stress. Your whole vibe is just wanting to travel the world. Find some top-tier scenery, find a baddie who gets you, and just vibe out for the rest of your days. So for the next few years, just play the consultant, help Luo stack her stats, get her past the noob trap phase, and once she's leveled up enough to solo the server, the future of humanity, that's her problem, not yours. You're mapping out the upcoming patch notes in your head when suddenly you just bolt up from your chair. Oh wait, a major disaster event is actually incoming. Luo just ascended the throne, and according to tradition, Data, Missing, Skip, the 10,000 races are pulling up to congratulate her. The demons, the beasts, and all those other annoying factions are gonna flood the server over the next 60 days. They claim they're here to celebrate, but that's pure cap. They're just here to bully the new empress and tank her reputation. This 10,000 races event is basically the hardest boss fight Luo faces right out of the gate. Data, Missing, Skip, all this public shade they're throwing. In your last life, you and Luo clutched up and handled it all. But there's one specific problem that's actually game-breaking for humanity. The Empress of Shangluan. Bai Yixian, in your past life you helped Luo secure the crown. You were the talk of the town, and now that you're the Emperor's right-hand man, you've got a massive target on your back, and every faction is watching you like a hawk. Last time, Bai Yixian tried to slide into your DMs to seduce you and make you betray the squad. She's top-tier visual-wise, on the same level as Luo, but she's a total manipulator and knows exactly how to play the game. Back then, you and Luo were basically locked in, so you didn't even blink. But when Bai Yixian realized she couldn't bag you, she went full toxic and started teaming up with the local snakes to take you down. On day 58 of the Great Clan Uprising, things were looking absolutely cooked, but if it weren't for you pulling a clutch play at the last second, humanity's peace from your past life would have been totally wiped off the map. Now Bai Yixian is the ultimate manipulator, straight up gaslighting everyone, acting all wholesome and sweet to everyone's face, giving them those spring breeze vibes, like you've known her for years the second you meet. Every little smirk or gesture she makes is calculated, making every single simp think they're the main character in her heart. Look, Luo Tianfeng is ice cold, giving off don't even think about it energy. But Bai Yixian, she's out here acting like a softie girl, dropping just enough playful energy and aegyo to keep people down bad, making her impossible to resist. Honestly, even the most gigachad, disciplined dudes get folded by her tactics. But this time around, you know exactly how dangerous she is. And you realize this psychological 1v1, only you can handle this lobby. If you want humanity to stay winning, and you're fully locked in to go toe-to-toe with this fox lady, ready to catch her in 4K. Back in your past life, you didn't really interact with her, because every time she tried to slide into your DMs, you either ghosted her or just dipped to avoid the cringe. Her classic pick-me tactics didn't work on you at all. But after the Jing King got bagged for treason, you finally realized how cracked her manipulation game actually was. Real talk, she's basically like those e-girls on Earth. When you're a big money donor, she's all sweet and supportive. But the second you're broke and trying to move the relationship to the next level, she's got a million excuses to dodge you. Even fake crying about hardships just to farm your sympathy, keeping you paying up like a total mark. While interrogating the Jing King, it finally clicked. Bro spent his whole life paying her, and he didn't even get to hold her hand once. This woman is a professional emotional scammer. She's just stringing people along for the content. And the worst part? The dudes getting strung along are actually happy about it. While she keeps acting all innocent and pure, keeping her hands clean. She was out here pulling a total friendly neighbor vibe, with a voice smoother than your favorite streamer's sub-notification, low-key seductive, like she's trying to low-key mind control your soul while keeping it soft and delicate. One convo with this girl and you're already down bad, daydreaming about a future that ain't happening. That was the Jing Prince in his past life, for total simp energy. All Bai Yixian had to do was drop a little I'm interested emote, and my man was folding, handing over his secret weapons and all his best gear like a total NPC. The stuff Bai Yixian pulled in the past life was absolute chaos. High stakes, zero chill level of toxic. One wrong move and it's game over. You're hitting the permaban screen. You were basically sweating until the last second, never even sure if you were gonna win. But this life? Nah, we ain't doing that risky business ever again. So Bai Yixian wants to come for you? Bet. Let her pull up. She wants to play mind games? She wants to drag it out? Fine, we'll drag it out for 2 months, see who breaks first. Like Pops used to say, you gotta use magic to defeat magic. If you just stall her for 2 months, the Jing Prince stays safe, and this whole disaster arc gets skipped. Done deal. You've crunched the numbers, and tomorrow is the day Bai Yixian shows up. To be exact, she already hit the Imperial City today, and at high noon tomorrow, she's coming to flex with the other big clans. In the last timeline, she only managed to slide into your DMs after you and Luo Tianfeng got hitched. But look, since you're not the husband this time around, you gotta come up with some 500 IQ excuse to tag along with Luo Tianfeng tomorrow. While you're plotting, you hear some rustling in the courtyard. Someone's moving mad. You step out to check the vibes. Turns out there's a squad of palace maids and eunuchs squatting by the wall, digging for something. Turns out they're hunting for crickets. You're standing there like Kamek total brain rot moment. Is Luo Tianfeng actually serious about this cricket battle tomorrow? Honestly, that's your golden ticket to stick to her side and meet Bai Yishan. Night falls and the Imperial Palace is lit up literally. Inside the hall, Luo Tianfeng is chilling on her massive throne. She's leaning back, looking like a literal queen on that giant seat. She's holding a small wooden box with a cricket inside. The spirit light is hitting her face just right, highlighting that top-tier main character beauty. She's staring at the cricket in her hand, but her brain is literally clocked out. Learning to play cricket isn't even hard for her. She doesn't actually care about the skills. She just wants to know who won and what the rules are. Honestly, she's just doing this to keep you entertained. As long as you're having a good time, she's vibing. Luo Tianfeng is deep in thought, stress testing about the 10,000 races event tomorrow. Turns out, she's a fellow reincarnator too. She knows for a fact that these 60 days are absolute high-level danger, straight-up nightmare mode. With her current build, she could probably solo this even without your help, but it wouldn't be as clean or optimized as that pro-gamer move you pulled in her past life. Without your strategy, it's gonna leave some nasty side effects later on. Plus, Bai Yishan is around, and that girl is a massive threat. Back then, if you didn't pull that clutch play at the last second, her throne would been long gone. But regarding Bai Yishan, Luo Tianfeng still hasn't figured out a counterplay. Because this timeline is different from the last one, and you are the biggest variable. Now that you aren't her husband anymore, will you even help her out? What if you just don't? Luo Tianfeng frowns, letting out a heavy sigh. Her head is literally spinning. The next morning, as the sun hits the golden roof tiles, you're walking toward the Renji Palace, holding a Bowsy in one hand, and your cricket box in the other. Absolute main character energy. You've got the math down. Luo Tianfeng is meeting the clan envoys at high noon. You'll just chill in the palace until then and then wing it. Find an excuse to stay behind so you can run into Bai Yishan. As for the excuse, you haven't thought of one yet. Whatever, we'll just cook on the fly. Little did you know, Bai Yishan's target is you. Even if you don't hunt her, she's already tracking you down. The best hunters always look like the prey, right? Bai Yishan, you're gonna catch her lacking eventually. Back in the palace, Luo Tianfeng is already waiting. She's rocking her red and gold imperial robes today, fully back in her cold-blooded empress persona. She's got the big meeting at noon. No way she's wearing yesterday's fit. That's a fashion crime. Your Majesty, he's almost here. A lady in waiting slides the door open and reports back to Luo Tianfeng, who's holding it down in the center of the hall. Luo Tianfeng nods and waves everyone else out. The guard gets the hint and bounces, leaving her alone in the massive hall. The second you stepped out, she already knew exactly where you were going. Glitch in the matrix, repeated data removed. She thought you might ghost her after yesterday, even planned on sending someone to find you. She's honestly surprised you kept the appointment and showed up yourself. In her eyes, you're just a lil kid, obsessively focused on your little games. Let's be real, you're barely 20. In the cultivation world, that's basically still in diapers, fam. She's been alive for like 10,000 years. She literally stopped counting her own age ages ago. Lak Tianfeng let out a low-key sigh, thinking back. In the past life, she was way too strict with you. Wouldn't let you have any fun at all. Honestly, she was moving mad back then, but she's still low-key confused. Like you're literally just 20. How are you this cracked at the game already? Just as she's busy spiraling in her memories, you pull up to the entrance of the non-Kook palace. The door's unlocked, and as you walk in, you see her sitting on her throne. She spots you too, and before you can even get a word out, she stands up and starts walking straight towards you. She hits you with the eyebrow raise. You're late. I've been waiting for half the day. She isn't acting as soft as she was yesterday, but she's not giving that cold, rigid energy anymore either. She promised herself she wouldn't treat you cold in this timeline, no matter what. You look at her thinking, yo, this is wild. Something about her is definitely hitting different today. You literally rejected her yesterday, so you expected her to be salty or throwing a tantrum. But looking at her now, other than being slightly less sweet, she's acting totally normal. You wake up from your thoughts and give a goofy grin. My bad, I had to grab breakfast, that's why I'm late. She hits you with the casual follow-up. Oh, what you eat? You're stunned for a sec, then laugh it off. Nothing crazy, just some basic home cooking. If your Majesty wants, I'll bring you some next time. She nods instantly. Bet, I'll try your cooking tomorrow then. You're literally caught off guard. Wait, what? Is she actually gonna eat it? She looks at you, confused, wondering why you're acting so pressed. The rest of the time, she's just sitting there, playing cricket fighting with you. You two are just squatting in the middle of the massive non-Kook palace, which is big enough to fit 1,000 people. It's dead silent and wide open, just the two of you. Yeah, just the two of you. Honestly, she thinks cricket fighting is mid and totally boring, but she's just vibing. She just wants to be right by your side. Every time you win, you strike a pose like a total main character, hands on your hips, asking her, am I built different or what? Just out here flexing, waiting for her to validate your absolute greatness. And Luo Tianfeng? She's just vibing with a smile, acting like a big sister coddling her little bro like, yeah, you're the goat, chill out. Anyway, it's almost noon, and the main square of the Imperial Palace is absolutely packed with thousands of envoys from every race. Total chaos. The squad leaders like Le Zhong are looking everywhere for Luo Tianfeng, and when they finally hit up the Renji Hall, they see her chilling with you, literally playing cricket fighting. Their expressions immediately went from business mode to my day is ruined. They heard rumors she was doing this yesterday, but they were in major denial. Everyone knows her vibe is usually serious, but seeing it with their own eyes, there's no more room for coping. This is really happening. Like the Great Myriad Races ceremony is about to pop off, and she's still out here playing games? They really couldn't hold back anymore. The counselors stormed into the hall, panicking. Your Majesty, the ceremony is about to start. You need to get your act together ASAP. Luo Tianfeng was way too locked in on the match with you. She finally looked up after they interrupted, annoyed as hell. She checked the time, then looked over at you, and gave you that soft smile. That's a wrap for today. Let's run it back tomorrow. Le Zhong and his crew, their faces were basically pure bruh energy. They're thinking, tomorrow? She literally just took the throne and she's already speedrunning the downfall of the dynasty just like the previous emperor? This is mid-behavior. And then there's you, straight up distracting the boss instead of doing actual work. They were ready to throw hands. As soon as she finished, you were like, Your Majesty, can I pull up to the ceremony too? I've never seen what the other races look like. You down to take me? Before Luo Tianfeng could even drop a reaction, the Le Zhong gang shut it down immediately. The great ceremony is a high-stakes event, bro. You might be the emperor's personal aide or whatever, but your rank is straight up NPC tier. You have zero reason to be there. The envoys are outside just waiting for the human race to slip up so they can start drama. If you show up, you're just handing them free content to roast us. Even Luo Tianfeng didn't want you to go. She knows exactly how thirsty those outsiders are for clout, and bringing you along would just be a massive L. Plus, who knows what kind of fake news they'd... No content provided, let's keep it moving. She shakes her head and tells you, not today fam, wait for the gala in a couple of days, then I'll take you. Before she could even finish, you blurted out, nah, why wait? Big sis please, just take me with you, pretty please? I'll just hide behind Letrong's squad, I promise I won't cause any drama. As soon as that left your mouth, Letrong and his crew were straight up stunned. Big sis, they were confused as hell. Even Lac Vufuang was shook. Did you just call me what? You immediately realized you messed up big time. Old habits die hard. In your past life, you never called Lac Vufuang wife or anything cute. You didn't even use spouse or any of that mushy stuff. Every time you saw her, she had that ice cold, don't talk to me face on. Back then, trying to act all close would just been an L for you. You were literally stuck calling her your Majesty 24/7. It wasn't until the final year of your past life that you finally unlocked the infinite cheat code. You brought back this weird mechanical toy related to Heavenly Dao Fusion. Ken Fuang told you to trash it, but you weren't having it. During the argument, you panicked. You grabbed her hand and hit her with a big sis, and somehow, she actually caved. From that day on, whenever she'd reject your requests, you just hit her with the big sis combo and act a little bratty, and boom, it was a dub every time. You just slipped up and used your trump card out of habit. You're literally sweating right now, realizing you cooked yourself. Lac Vupuang is staring at you in shock. The voice, the tone, that needy look on your face. It's like you're the exact same person from the past life. Bruh, why is he calling me big sis already? And why is he acting so clingy? Did she trigger something yesterday when she brought up the whole sister-brother thing? Was he really holding on to that? Lac Vupuang is low-key zoning out, but you can tell she's secretly vibing with it. After a second she smirks and says, fine, I'll let it slide this time. Don't do it again. Letrong is losing his mind in the background, frantically trying to shut this down. Your Majesty, this is a massive W for the wrong reasons. You can't just be casual like this. The 10,000 clans are lurking outside. They'll blow this out of proportion and twist the narrative. You really can't do this. It's a trap. Lac Vupuang straight up ignored him. She stood up, looked out the hall and signaled dealed, Ling Yin, take him to change into something decent. A lady-in-waiting hurried in, and Lac Vupuang looked down at you, still squatting on the floor. She couldn't help but smile, watching you follow Ling Yin to get a glow-up. Just stick with Letrong's crew afterward, you'll be fine. Don't go acting up or you're gonna trip, got it. You immediately hit him with a nod and follow Ling Yis outside. The second you step out, that main hall gets absolutely freezing. Serious danger zone vibes. Luo Ganfeng's voice drops to sub-zero temperatures, radiating pure kill aura. Lejong, if I hear you flapping your gums with any more trash talk, I'm gonna make sure you never talk again. Lejong and his squad are shaking in their boots, too scared to even breathe. They just bow and dip out. Back at the grand celebration, you and Lejong's crew are just standing on the sidelines. The main square is packed with thousands of envoys from every race imaginable. Everyone's looking wild, different body shapes, crazy fits, straight up NPC aesthetics. Mostly demon and beast clan folks roaming around. See, the beast and demon clans run on a survival of the fittest alliance, kinda like earth tribes. The strongest dude gets crowned the big boss. Every tribe sent their best to this event. The humans don't have those tribal vibes, but they've got sex for days. The real heavy hitters build their own clans instead of bowing to the great emperor. Different systems, same vibes at the end of the day. Humans are chill even if their leader is weak, they stay stable. But if you get a clown ruler like Luo Shuyan, the whole race is gonna be speedrunning their downfall in no time. The beast and demon clans only care about power, but once their boss falls or gets outclassed, it's pure anarchy. Everyone's got a hidden agenda, and they're all plotting on each other. That's exactly why humans haven't seen an emperor-tier Chad in 10,000 years. Yet the beast and demon clans have 4 of them, but they still won't pull the trigger on the humans. You're scanning the crowd for the girl in white, but let's be real. You don't even have to look. She's glowing so hard it's blinding. Amidst all these weird-looking demons and beasts, she's like a literal flower blooming in a swamp, pure, untouched, and immaculate. Ethereal, divine, looking like a goddess who just descended from the heavens. She's giving the moon in the midnight sky, elegant, high-class, and just different. Everyone's eyes are glued to her instantly. No cap, she's the main event. Rocking a simple white gown with 0 designs, hair loose and effortless. Total main character energy. Her face is top tier, easily rivaling Luo Tianfeng, but with a completely different vibe compared to Luo Genfeng. Those eyes are crystal clear, hazy and dreamy, with flushed cheeks. She looks like she just woke up and is feeling a little lazy. Perfect nose, peach-colored lips. She's literally a walking masterpiece, bro. She's got the same main character height as Lan Feng, standing out in the crowd with that whole soft aesthetic vibe. Literally everyone at the academy is locked onto Bai Yixian, who's shining brighter than the midday sun. It's straight up blinding, man. You can't even look at her directly. Nobody even dares to have a sus thought about her. Bai Yixian is giving total midnight moon energy, gentle, mesmerizing, making everyone want to slide into her DMs. The second you look at her, she locks eyes with you and gives you that subtle, shy smile, the kind that would have every guy here down bad instantly. She hits you with that low-key greeting, and even Lejong beside you is shivering, while Pin Ran is legit shook by her visuals. You're putting on that goofy NPC grin, acting all humble and innocent, but, internally, you've already got her locked in your crosshairs. Bro is straight up a masterclass manipulator, playing the game of hearts at a pro level. You're scanning her fit, and while it looks all elegant and modest, it's low-key genius-level drip. That high collar with the silver embroidery, the fit that contours her perfect shape without showing any skin, a total W. If anyone tried to hate, they'd look like the biggest clown. If you even try to call it out, you're just exposing yourself as the one with the dark thoughts. What makes her even more dangerous is the contrast. She's got that mature one-ace-on energy, but drops those innocent, wide-eyed looks that make her totally irresistible. This strategy is elite-tier gaslighting, and for a split second, you're actually sweating. Wondering if you can really handle this woman. Yeah, maybe you're actually out of your league. Finally, the main event starts. The ceremony is mid and boring, just envoys from different clans showing up to yapper and drop off gifts. Since the humans are basically cooked right now, only the tribal chiefs showed up to pay respects. Only the tribal chiefs, that is. Except for Bai Yixian, the clan leader of the demon race's Azure Phoenix clan. She's rocking a 3-star quasi-emperor rank waker than Lactanfeng's 6-star rank, for sure. But as a top 10 powerhouse in the demon realm, she's the one leading the squad today. That's exactly why Bai Yixian is such a massive threat. Lactanfeng can't just clap her that easily. If she wasn't a quasi-emperor herself, Lactanfeng would've just gone toxic. Either send someone to watch King Jing, stop them from linking up, but let's be real, Bai Yixian is cracked. Like, actually built different. Outside of Luo Tianfeng, not a single person in the human race can catch these hands. And Luo Tianfeng can't babysit King Jing 24/7, you feel me? So it's all on you to keep Bai Yixian busy. Phase 1 of the ceremony wraps up fast. Now we're moving to the banquet part. All the envoys are mingling, acting all friendly, but they're really just looking for a reason to start some drama. Not that you care though. In your past life you skipped this and Luo Tianfeng handled the trash for you. This time you only came to slide into Bai Yixian's DMs, or well, talk to her. Goal accomplished, time to dip. You know Bai Yixian's is tailing you, so you take the quiet shortcut back to your place. Just walking down that path back to your crib, a white silhouette slowly rolls up on you. It's a white figure, and you don't need a genius IQ to know it's Bai Yixian. She's got that main character posture, and every click of her heels is just pure elegance. Once she's a few meters out, she stops and hits you with that, "Hey, quick question, where's Yuntian Palace at? The Imperial Palace is such a maze, I'm totally lost." Her voice is sweet enough to give a guy cavities, low-key. You know for a fact the palace is right around the corner. She's just using a classic pickup line. You play it cool, act like a total simp, and go, "I got you, I'm heading that way anyway, let me show you." Bai Yixian's face lights up immediately. She clasps her hands together and smiles, like she didn't just cap. "Thanks, you're a lifesaver," she says. Her acting skills are top tier. Not a single slip-up, she's a pro. You keep a stone-cold poker face and turn around to lead the way, keeping the hype down, you know the vibes. If you want to play mind games with Bai Yixian, you can't look thirsty. Stay grounded, stay frosty, and remember the golden rule. Don't chase, don't reject, don't take responsibility, and don't make promises. Based on that energy, Bai Yixian is actually a little shook. Bro was literally simping and saying hi to her at the ceremony earlier, but now you're acting all cold and detached? Not on her watch, she's not even sweating. She's seen types like you acting all I'm the main character a million times before. You're not special, bestie. She hits you with that subtle smile and starts vibing right next to you. Just walking at her own pace, hands folded, looking absolutely unbothered. Slow and steady, head tilted down just a bit, serving main character energy, but man, she is absolutely cooking you internally. Short king alert, her height is literally at your chest level. And as you guys walk, that scent hits you like a truck. Bro is down bad, fighting the urge to swallow hard, eyes wandering everywhere because he cannot focus. Bai Yishan knows exactly what she's doing. She's playing you like a fiddle fur, watching you squirm and get all awkward. She lets out a tiny villainous smirk that you barely even catch. Deep down, she's looking at you with pure disgust, like you're some bottom-tier trash. She ain't even looking at you like a human. She's looking at you like you're an annoying bug she wants to squash. But she hides it fast, shifting back to that soft waifu persona in a heartbeat. She looks at you with a smile, waiting for you to try and talk your way out of this. Suddenly, the orb in her hand starts glitching, lights flickering and cracks appearing. Total skill issue. She starts acting all shook, putting on the performance of a lifetime. Oh no, my orb is broken. How did this even happen? This is a super important heirloom from my clan. If I can't fix it, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. She's staring right at you, basically screaming, "Fix this for me, simp." You already know the play. She's just trying to lock you in for some one-on-one time. You decide to play along anyway. You take the orb with that, "I couldn't care less" attitude, and you see her eyes light up with that, "I've got him" energy. She's dead-ass convinced that even if you're decent, there's no way you're fixing a great vehicle stage artifact. She's already planning to keep you around for days, just to manipulate you further. But what she didn't account for, you're built different. You blow on it once, tap it with a faint glow of cheat code energy, and boom, it's fixed in literally 0 seconds flat. Done. You say zero flex, just pure aura. Bai Yixian is staring at the orb, mouth agape, seeing it looking shinier and cleaner than it was when it was brand new. She's absolutely stunned. Bro really just speedran the repair in half a second. Bro, even the legendary Emperor tier blacksmiths couldn't move that fast. That was straight up hacks. After finishing the job, you didn't even care to stick around and yap with Bai Yan. You called it a day, knowing full well she's not the type to drop the real reason she's here right away. With her scheming energy, she's definitely gonna play games and circle around the point for like 3 or 4 days before getting to the main quest. Meanwhile, Bai Yan is absolutely brain-rotted, standing there with her mouth agape, looking at you like you're a glitch in the Matrix. She's dead set that you aren't even a standard cultivator. But she has zero clue what you're actually rocking. This insane blacksmithing skill is beyond her comprehension. If you put this level of efficiency into your actual cultivation, hitting the Emperor rank would be light work. Absolute easy mode. For a split second, a wild theory popped into her head, but she shook it off, felt like she was straight up hallucinating. You walked toward your courtyard, glanced back, and saw Bai Yan still frozen in place. You hit her with that cold, nonchalant energy. The Cloud Heaven Palace? Just walk straight to the end of the path. Head south, look for the tallest tower, that's the spot. Don't bother thanking me. You dipped into your courtyard and slammed the door. Bam. You literally left her ghosting in the middle of the street. It took her a long minute to finally snap back to reality. She clutched that Dharma pearl tight, staring at your door with the most complex look in her eyes. Deep down, she's already plotting her next move. She knows she needs to go back and rethink her whole strategy. She's definitely coming back for you tomorrow, but for now, she head-outs to her own place. You went inside, whipped up a quick lunch, and started deep diving into the mechanics of your cultivation system. In your past life, you never managed to hit 100% sync with the Heavenly Tao system. It was always that one L that kept you up at night. It's like being one hit away from beating a game, only to get stuck on the final boss. The frustration is real, bro. It's actually painful. You did the math. For the next 2 years, the only thing you've got to deal with for Luo Wufeng is this Bai Yan side quest. Once this is wrapped up, you're finally gonna be free from the grind. In your last timeline, 60 days in, you were already forced to play Emperor's husband and go on that miserable imperial tour with Luo Wufeng. It was just an endless cycle of useless drama and chores. You didn't even have time to breathe, let alone optimize your own system. But this timeline? It's a whole different vibe. You're not the Emperor's husband anymore. No more ops breathing down your neck for the next 2 years. With the wisdom of your past life, you're locked in to max out your system before the timer runs out. The only problem? You're still low-key tweaking. In his past life, even though things were chaotic, he actually had plenty of time to grind his levels. The real L-take was that he literally had zero clue what he was supposed to be cultivating. Bro was stuck at 90% progress for ages. That last 10%, even after racking his brain until it melted, he had nothing. Felt like he'd already seen and done everything this world had to offer. Past life problems were still ghosting him in this life, still zero leads. Fast forward to after lunch, he's chilling on a bamboo chair, staring at the sky, munching an apple, still hitting a wall. He knows you can't force the glow up. Maybe a random aha moment will hit, or he'll stumble into the answer by accident. Worst case, he thinks, finishing the last bite of the apple, I'll just stick to the heaven paths I already mastered in my past life. He goes to toss the apple core in the bin, but suddenly he freezes. Apple pen, pineapple, pineapple pen. His eyes light up and he goes absolute beast mode, jumping out of his chair like he just hit a jackpot. Bro really thinks he's a genius, and honestly, he might be onto something. His mind is officially cooking now, connecting the dots to fuse all his peak level heaven paths together. Like he's already maxed out his painting and calligraphy skills to the point where they're basically supernatural. If he combines them, painting the picture first, then adding the calligraphy in the empty spots, boom, that's his own custom-made Tao of art. And it's not just art. Left hand with a blade, right hand with a sword. That's a whole new Tao of blade and sword. Man's literally creating a new meta. This isn't just leveling up. This is opening an entire new talent tree. The more he thinks, the more hyped he gets. If this strat actually works, he might be able to max out his system in a single night. No cap, he's not wasting another second. He sprints inside to start the experiment immediately. Meanwhile, over at the Imperial Palace's main hall, the grand celebration that was supposed to be a total vibe check is dead silent. A demon race envoy with literal horns on his head is flexing a scroll and yapping away, looking way too smug. Luo Tianhuang is sitting on the throne, giving the envoy a side-eye that says, "You're a clown," her royal eyes flashing with pure disrespect and boredom. Same script as the past life, the demons are already moving mad. The biggest threat at today's event is Luo Zheng, the leader of the Linma clan, and his goal is painfully obvious. He's trying to flex that the new generation of demon artists is way more cracked than the humans. On the surface, this clown is just flexing his art skills, but honestly, it's a straight-up psyop to crush the human race's vibes and core confidence. Look, every race has their own built different stat. Humans are supposed to be the goats when it comes to literature, painting, and being all classy and intellectual. But the demon race? Bro, they're born with maxed out strength. In a 1v1 melee, they're literally untouchable. I'm saying it again. In the same rank, they're basically cheating. The melee game is theirs. No cap. Then you got the beast race, who are cracked at controlling ambient spirit energy. Their techniques make human and demon spells look like absolute mid. And this move by Luo Zheng, this absolute troll move, it's like a human cultivator walking straight into the demon HQ and blatantly pulling out their legendary demon's sword just to flex. Imagine flexing the demon race's strongest weapon right in their faces. Disrespectful, right? It's like showing off your spirit energy stats in front of the beast race. Straight up toxic behavior. It looks like a minor L, but the underlying intent? That's pure villain energy. Like, yeah, one painting doesn't change the meta. But bro, a tiny crack in the dam causes the whole thing to burst. Watch out. If humans take an L here, the word spreads, and suddenly we're the laughingstock of the multiverse. Our refined, cultured vibes, which we've been gatekeeping for thousands of years, getting mogged by the demons who are supposed to be cavemen, that's an embarrassment. Keep letting this slide, and our confidence is getting nerfed into the ground, piece by piece. Once that pride is gone, one tiny gust of wind and the whole human race is gonna fold. This isn't just about Luo Tianfeng's ego anymore. The literal foundation of the human race is at stake. In her past life, Luo Tianfeng didn't even sweat it. Thought it was just some mid-painting. Until the consequences went nuclear, and she finally realized she was absolutely cooked. But hey, you were the one who whispered the truth to her back then, making her realize that even a tiny anthole can sink the whole ship. Thinking of you, she glances at where you were standing, but you've already ghosted. Classic MC move. Meanwhile, Luo Zheng finally stops yapping, clutching his setting sun painting, and staring down Luo Tianfeng on her throne like he's the main character. "Your Majesty," he sneers, "this painting hit the heavenly realm, painted by our own master Ming Lang. I wonder if any human master is actually on this level? Far as I know, unless the legendary old master Qin comes back from the grave, you guys are strictly bottom tier. So, it's settled. Our demon art is officially one in the world. Humans? Do you even have a heavenly realm artist? Humans have been through the ringer for 10,000 years, sure, but this Ming Lang guy is just the first demon to reach the heavenly realm, don't get it twisted. He's acting like he's the GOAT, but he's barely scratching the surface. Meanwhile, our guy, Headmaster Jing Yun of the Huatian Academy, hit that heavenly realm peak 300 years ago. Tell him to sit down. The demon clan definitely knows what's going down. Luo Zheng is acting all high and mighty because they heard the rumor that Jing Yun dipped and ran away yesterday. To be fair, the human side currently looks like they're lacking a heavenly realm artist to flex on these NPCs, but that's just how it went down in the previous timeline. As a reincarnator who's seen it all, Luo Tianfeng is absolutely not letting that L repeat itself. The moment Jing Yun tried to bounce from Huaqian City, she had him intercepted and put on ice, just waiting for the perfect time to drop the trap card. Luo Tianfeng is chilling on her throne, looking at Luo Zheng, who's currently busy embarrassing himself with that smug grin. She's watching him like, bro, you really have no idea, do you? The Demon Clan delegates are already barking, joining in on the hype. Meanwhile, the Beast Clan is just sitting there, sipping their drinks, treating this whole drama like a live-action Netflix show. As for the human big shots led by Li Zhong, they're literally sweating bullets, trying to cover every angle, but they never saw this Demon Clan backstab coming. When Luo Zheng dropped the painting, Li Zhong immediately sent scouts to find Jing Yun. But the intel came back. Jing Yun had already ghosted them. Just as the demons were getting loud, Luo Tianfeng's voice cut through the room like a cold blade, silencing the entire place. I know your Qilin clan has a heavenly realm artist who leveled up a century ago, she said, but are you seriously telling me you didn't know Huaqian Academy's own principal, Jing Yun, actually broke through to the heavenly realm 3 years ago while training in the deep mountains? I guess it's normal for you guys to be behind on the trends when you live in the middle of nowhere. Her aura was absolutely oppressive, instantly muting the demon clan, but Luo Zheng just kept grinning, closing in for the kill. If that's the case, how about we invite Principal Jing Yun to step out and trade hands with our master Ming Lang? Luo Tianfeng didn't even blink, hitting him with the bet, consider it done. Principal Jing Yun has been waiting for this moment. As soon as she said it, Jing Yun walked in flanked by a squad of royal guards. The demon and beast clans were shook, like jaw-on-the-floor levels of pressed. They literally just heard he went AWOL this morning, so how is he walking in here right now? Li Zhong and his crew are just as confused, eyes wide as saucers. Luo Tianfeng kept it casual. When I heard the demon clans, Master Ming Lang was coming to the ceremony. He couldn't wait to head. I already sent my squad to escort him to the palace. Everyone stared at Lac Tianfuang with a straight face, but deep down, they were low-key shivering. This human empress really had 200 IQ and saw the whole script coming. She literally hard-blocked Can Van just as he was about to rage quit and run away. Her god-tier foresight made the other clans, who were already intimidated by her, even more terrified of her existence. Lac Tianfuang wasn't even flexing. She's a reincarnated queen. She's not about to repeat her L's from the last life. Plus, she peeped Nyak Chin's expression. Instead of panicking when Can Van got caught, this dude was low-key grinning like a villain who'd just finished cooking up a scheme. Can Van walked up looking like an absolute loser, bowing to Lac Tianfuang while trying to cap about why he ghosted her coronation. After getting schooled for a night, he was fully humbled. The main character energy was long gone. Lac Tianfuang wasn't trying to hear his excuses. She just flicked her hand and gave a cold, emotionless order. Go study Min Lang's art, and draw me something that actually bangs. Can Van's been at the Heaven Realm for 3 years, while the demon Min Lang only has a century of cultivation. On paper, he should be clapping him easily. Lac Tianfuang knew he was still sussed out. She saw he might still be acting like an op, so she dropped that cold gaze and applied some top-tier pressure. Focus on the painting. If you win this, you and your whole family are getting that bag. Can Van was sweating bullets, just nodding like a bot. Nyak Chin couldn't wait any longer. The second Can Van turned around, he channeled his energy into the Sunset Lion Scroll and shouted, "Everyone, witness true art." Instantly, the whole vibe of the area glitched out. The high noon sun suddenly dropped right into the middle of the forest, and the sunlight turned into this dark, gloomy orange. The sunset started capping over the Imperial Palace. It was supposed to be a warm, protective vibe, but it felt totally cursed and bleak, making everyone feel a random sense of dread. The artistic intent was obvious. He was basically saying the human race is cooked, like a sunset that's already hitting the horizon. Everyone in the city felt that massive aura pressure hitting them. Thinking about how the human race is currently struggling, everyone started feeling super depressed. Lac Tianfuang felt a chill, but it wasn't because of the art's vibes. It's because in her past life, she never let this painting finish its manifestation. Bro really thought he could just speedrun this fight and dip. She was trying to lead the vibe, but she accidentally unlocked Yu Zheng's true hidden aura in that painting. She already had a game plan, get Kang Yun to paint a clouds parting for the sun piece to hard counter this trash. But then, the wildest thing happened, and the whole squad went completely shook. Kang Yun just did a 180 out of nowhere. Bro literally pivoted and dropped to his knees to kowtow before Luo Tianfeng. He's out here weeping like a toddler. "Your Majesty, please spare my life. I'm only at the early Heaven Realm, fam. The aura in this painting is already hitting mid-Heaven Realm levels. There's literally zero chance I can clutch this." Luo Tianfeng is watching this, and her heart just dropped through the floor. Bro didn't just catch her lacking. He had everyone from every clan standing there, looking like absolute NPCs. Nobody expected the #1 painter of the human race to be a total coward, begging for his life in front of the whole lobby. Bro lost his rank and his dignity in one move. Everyone clocked it instantly. Kang Yun's mental game is absolutely chalked. He knows Luo Tianfeng's methods too well. To save his own skin and his family's vibes, he just folded. Painting is all about that mindset, and he's clearly cooked. He literally couldn't paint a comeback if his life depended on it now. Luo Tianfeng is vibrating with rage. She is absolutely fuming. That kowtow wasn't just a sign of weakness before her. It was the entire human race bowing down to the demon race. Huge L. If this news hits the timeline, the humans are going to be a global meme for taking the fattest loss ever. Yuzheng is laughing his head off, and the demon squad is trolling, just being straight up disrespectful. Luo Tianfeng is at her limit. This is way more embarrassing than just catching an L in a fight. If he'd actually tried and failed, at least he would have had some aura left. But straight up surrendering, bro just nuked the entire reputation of the human race. All that clout and authority she spent ages grinding for as the Empress, gone reduced to atoms because of this clown. This is gonna have major ripple effects, and it's not looking good. The situation is spiraling, and it looks like a total wipe for Luo Tianfeng. But then, a dragon's roar shakes the whole map. It exploded from the corner of the Imperial Palace like a flashbang. The second that roar hit, the cursed vibe from that sunset painting just shattered into pieces. Blinding golden light started pouring out of the cracks like a glitch in the Matrix. Luo Tianfeng is literally shook. Her mind is doing backflips. She knows this vibe better than anyone. It's that heavenly Tao energy, that secret sauce you've been hiding. But she's absolutely losing it. She's been riding with you for years, and had zero clue you were secretly a GigaChad artist on the side. The sky is going absolutely haywire right now. Dragons are screaming, and that sunset aesthetic is getting completely deleted. All that sad gloomy energy, gone, wiped out by pure golden glow. A massive god-tier aura is raining down with the light. Total main character energy sweeping across the map. Everyone watching is getting hyped, their inner fire suddenly fully ignited. But what's actually terrifying is that this vibe isn't even finished. It's literally being painted in real time. Usually, getting an aesthetic like this is impossible unless you're a pro-tier painter who's already finished the work. But here, bro just started the first stroke and the buff is already active. This level of scaling is way past heavenly, this is immortal tier, maybe even legendary saint status. Look through history, the number of saint-level painters can be counted on one hand. Straight up, a handful, that's it. Everyone is holding their breath, eyes glued to the sky. A saint-level event like this happens once every million years. Some of these cultivators stuck in their hard-stuck ranks are feeling their bottlenecks finally cracking. If they can just vibe with this for a second, a breakthrough is basically guaranteed. The whole sky is turning into a massive canvas. A legendary scene opening up, multicolored clouds converging. The blueprint of a majestic gate is starting to manifest. Golden light everywhere, pure energy levels going off the charts. 3 glowing golden characters start popping up on the gate's plaque. It's the South Heaven Gate, and it's looking premium. 5 clawed golden dragons are wrapping around the pillars. The roar is so loud it's shaking the very fabric of the world. Just as everyone is caught in a dopamine loop, the sky just stops. Everyone's sitting there like, wait, that's it? But then a new line of text appears in the corner. Just 3 characters, then it freezes up again. It's in some... Everyone's out here locked in, trying to reach enlightenment, when suddenly, a single brushstroke tears across the sky, straight fire. Next thing you know, a massive legendary cursive character manifests in the air, looking absolutely cracked. The whole squad is straight up shook, staring at each other like total NPCs. They haven't got a single clue what kind of deep meaning this stroke is supposed to have. Meanwhile, you're just in your room, tilted as hell, tossing your calligraphy brush across the desk. Bro hasn't touched a brush in 20 years, those Heavenly Path artistic skills from back in the day, totally collecting dust. You never even liked this painting nonsense. If it weren't for the system's stupid cultivation quests, you wouldn't touch this stuff with a 10-foot pole. You grabbed some random trash brush that felt clunky as hell, and after trying to draw for a bit, it wasn't hitting right, so you got pressed and just decided to vent. You just scribbled one massive character on the canvas to let off some steam. You're rubbing your temples, trying to remember where you stashed that premium brush set, the one the system gave you years ago as a reward. Suddenly, there's a whole bunch of noise outside from the palace servants and eunuchs. You catch the word dragon floating around, and you're instantly hype. You've been isekai'd into this Shanwu continent for over 20 years now, and you haven't seen an actual, legitimate true dragon, just some mid-tier spirit energy illusions. As a descendant of the dragon clan, you're obviously down bad to see the real deal. You hear a dragon showed up, so you crumple that drawing into a ball and toss it into the wastebasket, and yeet it right into the trash bin without a second thought. You rush out of your room, dying to catch a glimpse of a real dragon at the main imperial palace court. Up in the sky, the artistic intent suddenly vanishes. The sky goes back to normal, but everyone is still standing there, completely lost. Was that calligraphy the finishing touch of a saint-level epiphany, or was it just some random BS? Everyone turns their gaze to Luo Tianfeng, expecting her to drop some infinite wisdom. Luo Tianfeng is staring at the sky, brain lagging hard, wondering how many more secrets you're hiding that she doesn't know about. Facing the heat, she pauses for a second, realizes she's got to save face, and starts capping hard to cover it up. This character, it's the core of the epiphany, obviously. It represents our race's will, tough as weeds, never folding, absolute Chad energy and eternal faith. Bro, even she doesn't believe that mid-tier excuse she just cooked up, let alone the rest of the sect standing there listening to her. But Luo Tianfeng isn't trying to explain further. She dips out, heading straight for your courtyard, determined to grill you and find out what the hell just happened. Meanwhile, you're standing in the yard with one hand on your hip, shielding your eyes, staring at the empty sky like, wait, where the dragon at, bro? Wait, didn't y'all say there was a dragon? Just as you're pondering that, someone starts pounding on your gate like their life depends on it. You go to check it out. Standing there is Bai Yixian, who just left a minute ago, looking like she's seen a literal ghost. Turns out, on her way back, she felt that god-tier energy wave, and the power fluctuation felt exactly like the stuff you used to fix her gear earlier. So she speed ran her way back to find you. Did you see the dragon just now? You get all hyped up, yo. Was it the golden dragon with 5 claws? The one that rides the wind and clouds? Did it actually pull up? Bai Yixian is straight up shook. She stares at you for a second, then nods. Yeah, I think it actually did. You slap your thigh in pure regret. Bruh, are you kidding me? I came out too late. I missed the whole event. She's looking at you, completely oblivious, and she's starting to get suspicious. That dragon roar definitely came from your courtyard, and the spiritual energy here is thick enough to choke a horse. Like it's obviously your doing, but you're acting like you're just an NPC who missed the show. A wild thought hits her. Could this man be so cracked that he doesn't even know he's basically a god? You see her looking at you weird, snap out of your funk and ask, so what's up, you need something? She immediately switches modes, locking back into that cool, calm, and collected vibe, and smiles, little bro, you helped me fix my gear earlier, so big sis came back with a thank you gift just for you. You're not even sus, you just step aside and let her in, whatever, it was no biggie, just a quick fix. Hang out in the yard for a sec, I gotta handle some business, we'll talk in a bit. You bounce into the house, fully focused on digging up your old calligraphy and painting gear. Grinding the system is way more important than small talk. Bai Yixian stands in the yard, acting respectful, not daring to poke her head inside. Inside, you're tearing the room apart, looking for your brushes and canvas. That's when the system hits you with that cold, mechanical notification. Host successfully fused the Tao of calligraphy and painting. Progress will 7%. New Dao fusion detected. Reward. Heavenly scripture has been added to your inventory. You pause for a split second, then absolutely lose your mind. Your fusion strat actually worked. The new Dao isn't just art, it's the Dao of fusion itself. You're hyped about the new meta, but low-key salty that the system still won't let you speedrun your levels with a cheat code. You stop overthinking and reach into your inventory pouch. A massive gold-glowing manual, thick as 2 fingers, pops into your hand. You're staring at this heavy-ass heavenly book, feeling kinda sus. Usually the system just drops random gear or weapons for you. But let's be real, you can't even cultivate, so a manual is basically useless trash to you. You raise an eyebrow and crack open the gold-glowing book. Looks thick as a brick, but surprise, surprise, it's actually just one single page. It's not even paper, it's some fancy crystal glass material, and it's completely blank, not a single letter. You're low-key malding inside. Is this some wordless heavenly scripture scam? You randomly swipe your finger across the glass, just testing it. Next thing you know, a whole string of numbers starts glitching onto the screen, and then, boom, a massive list starts scrolling right before your eyes. It's a literal wiki for the entire immortal martial continent. Techniques, the works. Secret arts, god-tier weapons, standard gear, and the names of every main character in the realm. It's all here. You just gotta tap whatever you want to stock, and the detailed breakdown pops up. You're staring at this book, completely gobsmacked, brain buffering for a solid minute. Your face starts doing a weird expression. Half a second later, you follow the prompt and write Bai Yi in the search bar. If you're gonna deal with Bai Yi, you gotta do your homework. Can't keep getting clapped by her ice-cold attitude, right? Find out what she likes, what she hates, play the game, way easier than taking L's every day. As soon as you type those 2 characters, a list of everyone named Bai Yi floods the screen. And sitting at the very top, none other than the Empress of Changluan, Bai Yi herself. Turns out, the book ranks him by clout. She's officially the main character of this search. No data available. Look, nobody else named Bai Yi is out here flexing harder than the one chilling in your sect. You click the bio and start speed reading, like you're doom scrolling through some tea-filled drama. 2,000 words, finished in seconds. Turns out this heavenly book is basically a global database of everyone's life story. It records literally every single thing that's happened to a person since day one. It's like a living, breathing biography. You spot 2 major need-to-know facts that are about to change your life. First, Bai Yi has a major case of OCD germophobia. If anyone gets within 3 meters of her, she literally feels like she's gonna throw up. It's a straight-up physical reaction, bro. To her, everyone else is just pure filth. Even though she acts all composed and when she's talking to people, she's always sliding way too close into their personal space. Keeping her cool? Yeah, that's literally her villain origin story right there. Bai Yi looks all kind and gentle on the surface, but bro, she's actually main character syndrome levels of arrogant. In her eyes, unless you're part of the Shangluan clan, everyone else on this Shanwu continent is basically bottom-tier trash. And the group she hates the most, the Demon Clan. Honestly, the beef is real. The tea is, it's all because the Shangluan clan claims they have that OG Primal Phoenix bloodline. Primal Phoenix blood? You're low-key shook hearing that. Back in your hometown, you've got the legends of Pangu splitting the heavens, but the lore here on the Shanwu continent is all about the big 3 divine beasts. The Ancestral Dragon, the Primal Phoenix, and the Keelan. Back when the universe was still buffering, straight out of chaos, these 3 were the absolute MVPs. Once they started running the show, the Ancestral Dragon ruled the seas, the Primal Phoenix commanded the skies, and the Keelan took over the land. It was a whole hierarchy. If you had scales, you bowed to the dragon, birds bowed to the phoenix, and beasts bowed to the Keelan. If you had that direct bloodline, you were basically royalty. The absolute elites of the Shanwu continent. The OG royals are still out here, flexing their status, except they dip to their own holy realm and cut everyone else off. They're way too pressed to hang out with the commoners. Honestly, they probably think breathing the same air as us peasants is a crime, or that using the same spiritual energy is just straight up disrespectful. So they built their own gated community. The Shangluan clan are descendants of the Phoenix, but their bloodline is getting dusty and weak. Yeah, they're down bad. Bloodline thinning, powers failing, got kicked out of the Holy Realm, and now they're obsessed with getting back in. And the clan leader, Bai Yi, is only a quasi-emperor. Thinking she can storm back into the Holy Realm? Bro is speedrunning a delusion. That's why she's acting so bougie all the time. She keeps claiming she's Holy Realm royalty while looking down on everyone else. Hating on the Demon Clan? Just standard NPC behavior for her. Out of the demons, humans, and beasts, she thinks the demons are the absolute bottom of the barrel. But the Shangluan clan is stuck on the Shanwu continent, forced to chill with the demons, and for her that's basically a massive L. The demons came from chaotic beast tribes back in the day, while the beast clan just evolved from normal creatures. They're not the same. They're all different, and she hates both of them equally. Now that you've got the full lore, you're already cooking up a plan in your head. Bai Yi's entire personality is just a side quest to get her clan back into the Holy Realm. That's it, that's the whole vibe. She's been living in the demon realm, keeping her head down and grinding, all just to get that glow up and awaken her Primal Phoenix bloodline. If you can help her level up and seal the deal, she's definitely gonna stop simping for the Jing Prince and quit plotting against humanity. Let's be real, she's a total clean freak. She'd never do that shady villain stuff unless she was backed into a corner. Just help her awaken that Primal Phoenix bloodline. And not only will she stop inciting the Jing Prince's rebellion, she'll probably pack up the whole Azure Luan clan and bounce from the immortal martial continents drama entirely. And let's be honest, you suck at playing 4D chess and scheming. Your past life taught you that you're basically allergic to that mastermind lifestyle. Yeah, your past life really hammered home that you're just not built for that shady energy. So just focus on helping Bai Yishan awaken her bloodline. For you, that's basically light work. You pack away the heavenly book, pull a small box out of your inventory ring, and head straight out the door. In the courtyard, Bai Yishan is standing there looking impatient, not even bothering to sit down. You already know why. In her eyes, your place is basically a dumpster fire, so she's definitely not getting comfy. Seeing you walk out, she puts on a fake sweet smile, walks up and hits you with, "All done with your busy work?" After everything that went down, her whole vibe towards you has shifted. She doesn't even have the audacity to call herself Big Sis anymore. But as she gets close, you just hold up a hand and cut her off. Cut the act, already. She looks up, stunned as you drop the hammer. She's like, "Wow, straight to the point, huh? Let's keep it a buck," you say. "You came here looking for intel. You're either trying to bait me into causing chaos, or just fishing for info, and if that fails, your backup plan is to go run to the Jing Prince. Am I wrong?" Your bluntness has her shook. What really sent her into a glitch is that you somehow clocked her plan to hit up the Jing Prince. Not waiting for her to process, you keep going. "Whether you admit it or not, I don't really care. I'm here to make a business deal. I give you what you want, you give me what I need. You down, or what?" At this point, the fake persona is useless. The soft look on her face evaporates, replaced by that cold, icy energy. She furrows her brows and asks, "What exactly are you trying to say?" You squat down, pop open the wooden box, and keep it a stat. "I can help you reawaken that primal phoenix bloodline, fam. The catch? Stop gaslighting King Jing or inciting any more of that main character syndrome drama. What do you say? You down? Awaken the primal phoenix bloodline?" Bai Yixian's brain literally just blue-screened. This was the one thing she'd been grinding her whole life for, her ultimate goal. Your low-key casual flex left her straight up shook. If she could actually unlock that bloodline, why would she care about some mid-tier beef in the Shanwu continent? She'd bounce back to the spirit realm with the Shangluan clan immediately, not staying for another millisecond. But she's low-key spiraling. How are you pulling off something this legendary while acting like you're just grabbing a coffee? You don't even bother explaining. You pull a pair of white gloves from the box, put them on, and whip out a silk handkerchief. "Look, I know you're skeptical, so let me drop a little preview for you. Once you feel the vibe, make your move and use this silk to wrap your wrist. It's brand new, straight out the packaging. If you're still getting the ick, wash it first. I'll wait." You toss the silk to Bai Yishan, pull out a thread of silk, and ask, "I'm standing here. This distance cool with you?" See, I just insane germaphobe energy. If anyone gets within 3 meters, she starts tweaking. If this is still too close for comfort, I'll just head inside. Bai Yishan is actually losing her mind. Those specific quirks were supposed to be classified info known only by the top elders. How does this guy know? She's stunned, then just shakes her head. "This distance, it's fine. Bet." You nod, wrap the silk thread around her wrist, and say, "I'm gonna diagnose you now, so just zen out. Keep your heart rate steady and just vibe, alright?" Bai Yishan doesn't know what the hell a diagnosis is in this context, but she follows instructions anyway. At this point, the FOMO of missing out on that primal phoenix awakening has her dropping her guard completely. You're chilling by the door, using the thread to perform a mystic pulse check. Bai Yishan standing in the courtyard, the whole place dead silent. Wait, what are you guys even doing here? Click-clack, the sound of jade heels hitting the floor cuts through the air. Luo Tianfeng's voice echoes through the courtyard, dripping with confusion. Luo Yufeng struts in, dripping in red and gold royal robes, staring at this absolute, "You're done with the full inspection. Stand up and go." "Aight, we're good. Unhook the silk." Bai Yishan listens, and you take back those silk threads like a pro. You look at Luo Tianfeng, acting all surprised. "Your Majesty, shouldn't you be at the celebration gala right now? Why are you pulling up here?" Luo Tianfeng's eyes are darting back and forth between you and Bai Yishan, sensing that Bai Yishan is acting a bit sus. But she can't quite put her finger on why. She slides over, demanding answers. "You still haven't answered me. What exactly are you two doing here?" You blink, looking all innocent, and hit her with the most dramatic, over-the-top tone. "Your Majesty, you really don't know. Prince Jing is planning to team up with the Shangluan Empress to start some major drama." Luo Tianfeng freezes in her tracks, looking like she just saw a ghost. See, she's a regressor. In her past life, Bai Yishan definitely tried to slide into your DMs, but you swerved her every single time, so they never actually linked up. The timeline this go-around is literally speedrunning in a completely different direction. She just couldn't seal the deal and marry you. But now things have gone full-blown chaos mode. Luo Tianfeng suppresses the absolute mental breakdown happening inside and asks, "So what?" You pack up the silk and whip out a fabric pouch, revealing rows of long, shiny silver needles laid out perfectly inside. "So, I'm gonna give Empress Shangluan a little nudge. And you bet she's gonna stop simping for King Jing." Lac Vufuang is low-key stressing, cause this plot point wasn't in the OG timeline, and what happened with Nyak Chin was a massive wake-up call. Now that she's been reborn, she realizes that even the smallest change in strategy is gonna send the whole plot completely off the rails. But what's really got her spiraling is that Baki Nan already peeped that you're the one behind the painting, and she realized the energy you're using ain't that basic spirit power. Bro, you've never shown your real stats or cultivated normal energy, so in her eyes you're basically a defenseless NPC. If Baki Nan decides to act up or leak your secrets, the Demon and Beast clans are gonna pull up with the whole squad. The human race is already hanging by a thread. They couldn't protect you even if they wanted to. Lac Vu Fuang is officially on high alert with Baki Nan. She's locked in to keep you safe at all costs. And she's not letting your secret slip out, period. Meanwhile, you're totally oblivious to everything Lac Vu Fuang is plotting, just trying to speedrun this whole situation. As long as Baki Nan stops acting messy. The next 2 years